We really had the music playing the whole time. Sorry, bro. Man, like Alhan is actually here. It's so lit because, like, obviously we've done the first person we done that was non-football related was Will Power.
Yeah,
you know what? That was good. It didn't have. I saw the retention was the only bad thing because people don't stay for that long, and we haven't got timestamps, so no one gives a fuck.
I love that. You know, everyone's just like, I want to listen to what I want to listen to, and
it had like, I think 10 to 20,000 people stay all the way to the end.
That's good.
Which is still alright. It's still a lot.
That is a lot.
So I think that's probably why YouTube prop it up a bit, but yeah, man.
That was cool. And then we got Alhan now.
Alhan!
Thanks for having me.
The chosen one.
The chosen one, you get me?
Chosen one. Yeah. And what, we started? Oh shit. Welcome Alhan to the Poet and Rich podcast. How are you, bruv?
Presentable, I'm good. How are you lot?
Nice. Just played some FIFA, beat Poet.
Was it? Oh, 1-0 to you.
Inter
Yeah,
Milan,
the match ain't finished, is it?
No, I finished, bro.
That's finished. Sad
Yeah,
times,
man.
man. Sad times.
I don't want to listen.
Get
We
me?
have
So what?
nothing-
This is basically FIFA and chill.
In a way, FIFA and chill,
But I'm not playing the FIFA. You've already done that, innit? So it's
Yeah.
just chill.
Yeah, we might bring that back though.
What, FIFA
Might
and chill?
bring back a bit of like a FIFA and chill.
Yeah, you
element,
should do. It's Euro 2020s, isn't it? You can do something around that.
That's actually a good shot.
Get a bag.
I really want to do like a chill where there's. Do you know what it is?
How close do I need to be to this?
It's whatever.
I kind of really want to incorporate it where in which we have like people just chilling here, and then you have someone come in and play FIFA at the same time. So at any point, obviously a controlled amount of madness, but people can chip in with their part of the conversation as well.
Yeah.
That's like a live one would be good as well. Did that once actually.
That was lit with Bellerin, innit?
Yeah, that was good.
Where was you then?
It's good with an audience. But that was an interview. No, we did one when I was still like up and at you and you weren't for that 1 month.
Oh yeah, do you remember that?
I did that
and
1 month
specs
alone.
on comments below.
Yeah, and Timsy and
They
stuff.
thought let's just replace him with another
Black person?
FM minority with glasses.
That's about as simple
That's
as
what
it gets for Copenhagen, really, isn't
That's
it?
what a lot of these companies do, though, isn't it? Really. And I don't think
The
they
funny thing is,
it's not
Poet-
conscious maybe, but
Poet was still in the intro, and then you go past the intro, and it's just not
it's
Poet.
not him anymore.
Very
It
odd,
was a very strange time in life.
How you lot been though?
Cool, man.
You're about to hit 100k.
Yeah, we're hit 100k independently. It's nice, man. It's
Yeah.
nice. It's
Ownership.
You know what ownership, but what I realised is, I don't know how Poet feels, in a way, how when you're talent and you just do talent stuff, talent, that's the word they use for people like us in front of camera, which I think is quite limiting anyway, because we're beyond just in front of camera.
Sorry, bro.
But it was like, now I do the script, now I do the editing, and how much time that takes.
Yeah.
Like actually having to do a script.
I can't
actually
lie.
having to research.
Your
actually-
turnaround is good though.
No, it's good.
Because
I'm
you
banging in
do,
like 5 hours.
What's the football show?
Comments under.
Yeah, you do that same day, innit?
Yeah, same day,
That's
film
good,
in the
man.
morning. That's what we used to do over there, obviously at Copenhagen, but then someone
Yeah,
else
but
would handle
they
it.
had the structure for that, innit?
Yeah, but then
the
like
fact
how
that-
you can get complacent. I'm talking about myself here. You can get complacent in just appearing in front of camera, and then you're not really picking up new skills.
That's how I feel. What you lot were like at Copper, you know? I think
Yeah, it
because obviously
becomes that.
it was good money and it was just comfortable, and it became like a lot of the stuff was your own idea, your ideas that they just took. I don't know. I feel like now you've gone and done independent things, but had you done it earlier, maybe things could have been different. I don't know. But when they give you the bag, I don't know.
The beautiful thing though was
Probably would.
I found a really cool compromise which allowed.
Would you want to be on camera or something?
I think I found a really dope compromise because instead of me just doing Copper 90 and staying there,
Yeah.
I was the sort of bad guy there because I kept trying to create other things outside. So Filthy Fellas,
and they don't like that.
Outcasts, and then Gasworks, and I was doing Vibber stuff. And
That's what
that's what saved me, if I'm honest.
Yeah, but I was talking about this earlier, like a couple of weeks ago. That basically businesses, like you can go and you know Yanamai's, the guy that wraps cars, innit?
Yeah.
He awarded some of his business to. There's 2 Filipino brothers, Mark and I don't know what the other one's called, But basically they wrap cars, but them 2 are the ones that can actually wrap cars perfectly. They're the best at their job.
Yeah.
Them 2 can fuck off and go make their own company, innit?
Yeah.
And Yanni would be left with like, he'd be struggling. That's his star boy. Like they're his talents. So he's given part ownership of his company to them.
That's
make them feel
amazing.
Like, you get me? So that's the thing, man. I don't know. I feel like a lot of people that are in this industry, it's all about ownership, really. I don't know, man.
Yeah, ownership. I think you learned the hard way. I think because we've been doing it for so long that.
But that's the thing. Like you were there for time. I don't know. Do you think you lot were too comfortable there?
I think I
don't think I was.
You don't think you was?
Nah, I'm never too comfortable anywhere. I may have been like ignorant to some of the things they were saying, but comfortable would have meant that I'm not doing anything else.
But comfortable there, he's not saying comfortable in general.
No, I do mean comfortable in general. Like, do you think you became too complacent?
That's
you mean in general?
Yeah, in general.
Because I think you were comfortable in general.
You see, if a lot of people were in your position, they just like forget everything else. All right, cool. I need to make 3 videos, whatever videos a month. I get this much a month.
I did a bit of that.
Then because I can't lie.
I'm Balkan. We like to just do nothing, innit?
So yeah. But
the less I can do, the.
Vuj, I can't lie, man. This year you need to bring back at least one brick or something.
Yeah,
because you've been playing me your music for time, bro. Vuj has got so much unreleased shit, bro.
I know, bro. I don't know what happened to me. It's just all these like internal mental changes.
Yeah, of
how
course.
I view the world.
Do you think? Do you know what I think with you? Yeah, this is how I see it. And you can tell me if I'm right or wrong.
Yeah, go for it.
I just feel like because you were there, just part of this from so early. You've seen everything. You've seen just people come and go, and people blow up and become Hollywood or whatever, or YouTube. I don't know. You've just seen everything, and nothing phases you anymore. So
not
I don't know.
really, no, not really. I'd say you're not wrong with that.
Yeah.
I think
I just feel like you don't. Nothing phases you. Like you're just if it comes out, it comes out. If it I could upload this and get 1 million views. But you know,
kind of like that. Yeah. There is a bit of a non-caring, I guess. Yeah. But I get maybe a part of that is.
I don't even think it's not caring. I think it's like it's not. Maybe it's
caring too much.
But that's a result of maybe being over cynical or
over analytical as well.
Yeah. But I can't lie.
Highly analytical brain.
Man.
Or it's like a different age as well. I feel like when you grow
I know it, and I think that's why I want it so because every time I speak to Vuj, we always end up speaking about Bricka because that's like about Tea Towel Gang, bruv. Because you outside the Toys R Us, man. There's just so much shit, bruv.
But that's why I never believed it when you were messaging. How old are you now? You're like 2019.
21 in March.
And when you used to message me in Poet, and then you used to message me on Facebook. I mean, I know we spoke
bruv,
about this before.
It's gone full circle, you know.
I know, bruv. It has. And now you're here. Watch it.
This is very humbling. I
think it always does kind of go full circle.
Is it humbling? Fuck off.
That's like we used to watch JME.
Yeah.
And like I have a track of JME. He has a track of JME.
I can't lie. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And it's like,
bro, everything.
It's so reachable. Everything is so reachable.
100. But it's like everything. I was thinking of it last night because I knew I was gonna come on here and talk. Fucking.
What did you want to say?
No, I just like I knew what the conversation would be about, innit? Because like it's inevitable. The person that used to holler you guys all the time is now like we're obviously gonna talk about these things, yeah.
Yeah.
But I was just thinking of it last night, like all these people. I don't know everything I've just said, or I don't know. I've just spoken everything into existence.
Yeah, true.
And I hate.
But it's so positive. Like speaking into existence.
Yeah.
I think is the realest thing, bro. I remember being.
But shall I tell you what it is? Yeah.
Do you know how random shit is, bro?
Yeah.
Go.
No, you go on.
No, but I remember one time. So I have the weirdest. Like, I had the weirdest.
Yeah.
Maybe even now I have quite a strange goal. I don't really have goals, but I just move with life. But when I remember that one time, I said to Poet, I went, bruv, I really want to get on World Star. What's it? What's them Vines they used to do? World Star Vines. Yeah. The compilation thing.
Yeah.
So I said, I really want to be on World Star Vines. Like I've been on World Star. I've had like millions of views. Like one time I was like, I want 1 million views. Next week I got 1 million views. Then it was like, I want to. One time I was like, I really want to get on World Star Vines. And then 3 days later, Jazzy and the Mandem on the Wall had a shoot. Yeah. And I was meant to do a verse. I didn't do a verse because I was in my whole like, I don't want to do it. I want to do it. Whatever. But I went to the shoot anyway. At the end of the shoot, I appeared at the back. And I went, hi, Mum, I've got black friends.
Yeah.
I'm in a hood video.
That went viral everywhere, blood.
And that was totally unplanned. Yeah. The next day, I'm on World Star Vines.
Yeah.
And it was just totally. And I went, wait a minute. Like, literally 4 days ago, I said I want to be on World Star Vines. And I remember telling him, I was like, bro, how, man? This is so weird. But
and how's your life changed since being
it's changed my life.
The thing is, I don't really agree with that concept of speaking.
You don't really
No, you know
agree
what?
I think it's powerful, bro.
I think
words are powerful.
I'll tell you why I don't agree with it, though.
But I think you see the example you just gave, yeah? I think that's merely coincidental.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah? But I think there are other ways of speaking things into existence that can happen. Like your one is sick, and that's you did speak into existence, but that's a mere coincidence. But
aren't all speaking into existence almost a mere coincidence?
That's the thing, yeah, and that's what I wanted to touch on. So there's a lot of things that I spoke into existence, for example. Yeah. But I feel like when you tell yourself something, there's like a level of delusion that you have to believe yourself that it's gonna happen. But that's just like, I don't know, you subconsciously work towards that goal, and then you get there.
True.
And you're like, oh shit, I spoke into existence, but actually you didn't. You worked very hard. you kept at that. What that I don't
That's
know.
what
That
I
was your
think it is.
that was your goal, and you got there because of like your
I think it's like
confidence,
this.
your hard work,
Yeah.
your determination. That's where it's determination. It's determination. So when people say
determination is a good word.
but when people say that I spoke something into existence, I think they're actually completely underplaying like
What
their
they've
own-
done.
Yeah, what
And
they've done.
the reason why it's very dangerous to say that is
Yeah.
because you have to take a look at what you said and
we'll
who
go from
you
you.
are, and then ask yourself, does that make sense?
Yeah.
So what you said you wanted to do was available to you. You're a very, very talented
so
person.
funny.
You're in a scene where you're celebrated quite a bit. With the scene growing at the rate it's growing, and with you growing at the rate you're growing, for you to appear there, in my eyes, just makes sense.
Yeah.
The reason why it's dangerous saying, speaking things to existence is because I see a lot of people say it, and then they say it about loads of things, and when it doesn't happen, and there's a lot of people, they're quite disappointed. And I'm like, well, I just think you're
You can't
misinterpreting.
just speak it and not act.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? And it's like it's
That's
less.
yeah.
And that's
I
what it
mean,
is.
That's
That's
exactly what I'm saying.
pointless.
No, but the thing is, like, as simple and as easy as that is to understand, I just don't think a lot of people do. So I think
Yeah.
it's like,
You have to
I think
do it.
the reason why you got them opportunities is because you're actually just sick.
Yeah,
You're
that's-
just sick. And with you, it's the same. Like, you're just talented within your field, and you're just working hard to get. And hopefully
Yeah.
that
Don't-
happens. If it don't, it don't. But
Yeah.
if it does happen, it would be nice.
That's why I'm saying that the whole speaking into existence thing is someone like underplaying their talents or whatever, because speaking into existence isn't as simple as sitting in your bedroom and saying, one day I'm gonna be on the cover of GQ magazine. Yeah, let's say that's someone's someone's goal. If you just sit at home every single day
It's not gonna
and
happen.
say, yeah, it's never gonna happen, is it?
The guy who sat at home every day.
Yeah, so
for-
you have
for
to
10
make
years.
sure. yeah,
And he's
One day,
yeah. But
one day
what
I'm gonna leave my room.
exactly? But let's say,
He spoke it into existence.
what did you? What's that breakfast?
Nah, you definitely are you gonna get food.
Yeah.
Yeah, go on.
What did you get? Because that looks nice.
I
Fire.
ended up getting some vegan option. I went healthy today. You know I'm not vegan, Alhan.
So why did you do it then?
I don't know. I just felt kind of healthy because yesterday I had
right
fillet-
now I'm gonna order you some nice dirty burger.
I had fillet of fish. I don't want any more food, bro. I've literally eaten
But have you had meat today?
a little bit of sausage.
But what sausage is it?
I don't
Vegan.
know, man. Like, no. Basically,
I don't know.
Poet had breakfast, which had potentially had sausage in it.
So was it vegan or not?
Sauce.
I don't know. We actually don't know.
We don't know, bro. Like
But I just bit it, so it might have been sausage. But what are you saying? What are you trying to order me food?
Well, no, I'm not. But if you haven't had meat today, then you need your meat. And have you?
You don't need meat.
No, yes you do.
But you
bruv.
kinda,
Yes,
it's
you do.
nice.
Especially where we're from in the world.
Yeah, we can't. Yeah, my grandma would
Come
go
on,
mad. My granddad used to what's it called? Smoke. You know, prosciutto. Like
Bruschetta ham.
yeah, but like in
Yeah,
the big
yeah.
the actual the
Oh,
leg
no, I
of
don't know how it
the
works.
no, it's basically the thigh of the cow, and they used to dry it in a cellar. So I used to do that. So it's
Bad
like
boy.
it's like
That's
it's
lit,
in
man.
Croatia. And then it's banging, bro.
Was it from the Garden House?
What's that?
What's all these places, bro? A lot of these I get in my house.
I got great options.
Probably
man,
not
here.
too- yeah,
I'm not
Yeah,
gonna say
pick
that.
something.
yeah,
Pick
should do.
something. I'm good for the meat though at the moment.
I'm giving too much information about me recently. I'm just not gonna say too much about.
Wait, he's got a KFC near him
I could be anywhere. Amazing.
on Wood Green High Road.
Oh, fam, fuck off, man.
But that can still
I
be.
feel like anybody can find out where we live. All you have to do is go and fucking Google and just do a little bit of research.
Let's just not
finding
false
someone's.
it.
Where's
Yeah.
your?
You fade out, you film
Don't speak it into existence.
I know. I was watching a bit of the Robbie one last night, and you blurred out when it was. And then you said you live
they
on.
don't know that I did that. So
Yeah.
You know you got mixed up with the
Yeah,
number.
yeah,
You were saying the number of the house
oh.
loads, so I cut that out.
Nice. Okay, do you want to order food and then we'll just carry on when you're ready to?
No, we can. Yeah, I don't. Sorry,
You can't multitask, can you?
Yeah, just so
You're
you can
not good
talk.
at it.
I know. I mean, certain things I can. For example, I can eat and talk. But I
Yeah, you
order my
can't.
food
Yeah,
and
you have
talk,
to. Yeah, order and then we'll just
Uh,
continue when you're ready.
Sorry.
Nah,
I
don't
don't know.
worry.
We
Bro.
just got a meeting afterwards. That was someone last week.
Cool.
But you ordered.
I don't know. Cal, just get something for me. Actually, yeah, lucky dip. But make sure it's like something nice.
Just order, man.
No, because he's got a meeting.
But it'll take you a minute.
Alright, go on. But now I'm anxious now. I'm just gonna get food station's really good, bro. Alright, cool. I'm gonna just order stuff. Yeah, we lot been saying otherwise. What was you filming earlier?
Chilling, bruv. Comments under and then that's it really.
I can't lie. I feel really doing this like just.
I just want you to
Don't
order,
worry.
'cause
It'll
I'm
take,
doing
like, if
it,
we
I'm
actually
doing it,
count,
All right.
without
Everyone's
talking.
shouting at me, bro. Alright, cool. Bruv, I wanted to get a rap in it, but obviously you lot have made me force me. I'm just getting some burger, bruv.
I think
Thanks,
you wanted the
guys.
burger.
No, I was gonna get that for you.
No, it's okay, man. Get one.
That's cool. I got it. Alright, cool.
How you been? I think
Good,
people
man.
want to talk
Chilling,
about
bro.
you and how you've been,
That's
man.
been good. I think
You're
last
like-
year.
Bro,
What?
you're like the.
Well, let me fucking answer. If
Go
you
on.
ask me. Go on, what you gonna say?
I was just gonna say you're like the voice of the youth now in a way. Bro.
Yeah. I
Like
don't know.
you're that Don. That. Because now the internet's so much bigger.
Yeah, 100.
When we were on it at the beginning, it wasn't that hype. It was all just everyone was a
I
troll.
think you'd be surprised.
Now it's like-
you know? Now it's much bigger and everyone's. The thing is, now it's completely saturated and now everyone's a fucking.
There's more adults here now. It's really boring.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's
What
just
a
full
mad
of. I don't know. I think the thing about what we do online here, people. I don't know, bro. But we have a crowd that just support us and ride out for us, and you know they watch Gasworks and stuff. But I think last year, 2019, was one of the best years of my entire life. But I had far too much enjoyment. I don't know, like. Basically, I had Gasworks and I became very complacent in that. Obviously, Boiler Room have the show and they pay us to do the show, and that's basically like it. I was just doing Gasworks and nothing, and I just became so. I don't know. I was at loads of just like summer was sick, bare holidays. I think I was probably like in one location every month, just like living.
That's nice.
That's
And
amazing.
then like last year was hands down the best year, but it was like far too much enjoyment, and I could have pushed myself to do a lot more shit if I wanted to. You get me speaking stuff into
You
existence,
sound a bit
but-
like me.
yeah. No, but this year, bro, like no games.
Serious. You know?
I'm coming for the bag. You get me? And I hate, honestly, this is why I don't like doing interviews on podcasts. And I don't know, I feel like people are so pretentious and I'm doing this, I'm going to make this happen.
Yeah.
This is what I've got coming up. Like, no one gives a shit. I think what people have to really understand online here is no one actually gives a fuck. Like, honestly, I think people pour their hearts out and they want people to sympathize with them. You just look at these people like, what the like,
You know what?
no one cares, bro.
I hear you, because at one point I kind of did that. I had a bit of like a woke phase when I was
the
realizing
thing,
certain
yeah.
things about myself
and
and
I
the
think
world.
that's,
But
it's
you
good.
do, but then like you release it, and now looking back on it, like I don't regret it. But I read some of the stuff I'd write,
you
and
learn from
it
it.
was in a different state mentally. So
Yeah. I feel like
I get how you can find it funny, because now
it's
looking
fucking
back on it, I do
hilarious, bro.
laugh.
It's hilarious.
And
You
I'm
can laugh now, but I reckon some people that do follow you really appreciate
But
the
then some
journey.
people probably appreciate it as well.
Some people
No,
really
no,
appreciate
no.
a journey.
They
But
don't.
you know-
They don't.
Alhan, imagine this.
No. You might. Honestly, like, in the grand scheme of things, yeah, no one gives a fuck. That's
I
and
think in the
that's
grand
what,
scheme, definitely no one gives a
yeah,
fuck.
that's what you really have to learn. Yeah, I've seen people do like, I don't know, just so much bullshit, and I'm sure there's a handful of people that appreciate it, but don't do that again.
No, to be honest with you, no, you have to do certain things. The
Yeah,
reason
you
why
do.
is because there's no role models when we're growing up.
Shall I tell you
There's
something,
none.
yeah?
But there's no rules either. So.
No, there was that. There isn't any.
There's no anything.
There was a phase where Vuj, remember when he done the Katie Hopkins
Yeah,
debate
yeah.
for Bite the Ballot, yeah? But that was fucking legendary. So if that's what you're talking about, then calm, yeah.
Because do you know what it is? Even
And you put her in her place, man.
No,
What
that
did
was-
you say to her? I forgot.
I said Katie Hopkins. She kept calling me like Vuj.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of taking the mic, whatever.
Yeah. But,
But,
that's her being ignorant and not.
Yeah.
s-
But then
saying
she was
your
like,
name
"Oh,
right.
I'm glad you came into the country." And then she was trying to say, I don't think she was talking about terrorism and how it's obviously trying to pin it on immigration and Islam in general. And I was saying, nah, poverty's a big factor as well and development. And then she was like, "Well, no, how can you say that?" And then I don't know. And then I was like, "You can't come around and chill with the man then."
Would
And
you
then-
beat her?
Don't know, maybe.
Would you beat Katie Hopkins?
I haven't seen the back.
Stick.
I beat her.
I haven't seen the. I didn't check her out. I didn't like look down.
I would.
You would
Yeah.
She got
for the
back up.
experience.
Whether she does or doesn't, it's Katie Hopkins, isn't it? It's a big deal.
Do you know what
True.
I love though?
It's a big body.
Deal.
It's a
Like,
big
you had
body
sex
to
with Katie
catch.
Hopkins. Come on, man. That's
I
a.
can't lie. That's kind of.
And she had
Not
sex.
for
She had
me,
sex in fields in the field. But I can't lie. And there's something about her. Like a lot of people detest her and whatnot. I understand that, but
I
she's
actually
just so
don't
like, oh,
hate
just-
her. You think she's peng?
brother, no, she's ugly. But it's just like I don't know.
It will look
Ugly's
like
hard.
if you
I think
do
that's a
it,
harsh
it
word.
will look like you'll look like she'll look like the fucking stick. You know when you get Nando's chicken, there's a stick in the massive chicken. You're the massive chicken. Like if I do it, it's fire, cuz isn't it?
Two
She's skinny,
sticks.
I'm skinny. Exactly two.
On the
But
fucking
what-
drums, bro.
What I realized about the Katie Hopkins thing
Yeah.
though, was, so before she came, I had a perception of her, which was making me quite angry and whatever it was in it, emotional. It's some sort
You
of
think your blood was boiling?
a bit of boiling blood.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's say that. So I had to be consciously calm while speaking to her,
Yeah.
while feeling very on edge. And then afterwards, she was bare cool, and I found myself not on edge. And she was like, "Oh,
Bro,
yeah."
these people.
But
are
then
like
but then it made me
Yeah.
wonder, why am I feeling on edge? And that is because I've given her power to put me on edge.
Yeah, 100.
So I was more interested in the internal
Which it's just the
dynamics
image that
of-
has been. That she's
well,
made
yeah,
for
but
herself
then also but also what I believe about myself.
Yeah.
So if I believe I'm an immigrant boy who was a refugee, she can use that against me.
Yeah.
If I'm free from my backstory, but I know I've been through it, I can dialogue. But if I fully am embroiled in this emotional story, she can trigger me. So that's where I found the most power in that, was that afterwards it led me down a journey of looking more internally at my emotions and states, rather than being like, oh, it's her.
Do you know what's mad, yeah?
She was
It's
afterwards.
the comment on Don't Fuck With Cats then.
Exactly.
It's the
So
comment
when you
on the
realize
risk
that
of
people
cat-
can trigger you, I'm more interested in why
They trigger
someone
you.
will trigger me.
The crazy thing is,
Then,
is
you know,
like this is why
who
these
she is, because I don't really care.
yeah this is why these types of people will always win these
Exactly.
controversial, because
Good
look,
point.
I'm here and we're talking. I've just ordered food and we've ended up talking about Katie Hopkins. And I wrote a tweet the other day. I was like, "Man will retweet Katie Hopkins, but ask why she's got a platform."
The thing is,
Yeah,
I won't
but-
say they'll win, but I'll say they'll be relevant, because I
Yeah,
don't know
yeah,
what
yeah.
they're trying to win. And I think whatever they're trying to
They're
win,
trying to
if
win
it's an
anything.
RT, after a little while, it becomes a bit tedious and a bit
Yeah.
empty. So I don't think there's any real winning in that. But I do think that type of person needs to exist. Otherwise,
But
there'll
it's
be
just
no
need
you.
to exist.
Yeah.
There'll be no. They kind of do. You do need.
No,
because
but-
we don't have Top Boy. I keep letting everyone know.
Yeah, I know.
If the world was perfect, there would be no Top Boy, and I really like Top Boy.
Yeah.
So I don't really want a perfect world, if I'm totally honest.
There'll be
with
no
you.
Djokovic, so I hear that.
Yeah, there'll be no Djokovic. There'll be no Ian Wright. There'll be no Alhan.
There'll be no you, no me.
There's
I know what you mean.
definitely
So
no
we do. I guess if you step back at it, look at it as like human development and consciousness, and we can maybe strive for a more perfect world, but
Why does the internet take over? Because television gives this perfect image of the world where seeing someone on TV when I was younger, I would think they're the most incredible human being. They just had to be on TV. And what internet made you realize is no, you can be equally as significant as someone on television, but just do it in your house. Like KSI is just doing videos in his house, but people really look up to him, but
internet-
he's not doing nothing remarkable.
But now
and I
TV's
think that's
coming to the internet as well. Do you know what I mean? Like almost like internet was that escape from reality, and almost now reality and society has almost come to the internet.
it's horrible.
Whereas before it was like internet was a free for all.
Yeah.
Where I was a massive troll back in. the day. Like I started as a troll. That was my thing.
T-Tail gang.
T-Tower going, I'm saying.
We're
"Jeez."
back.
But now you're here. You know,
Yeah.
we've got a huge fucking new industry, and
We-
you've been you're the fact that you're so I guess big or known. Does it phase you or do you care?
No, I love it.
You love it.
Because the thing is, yeah, like numbers is numbers, and thousands of comments on this, and thousands of comments on that, and tens of thousands of likes on this, tens of thousands. That one wasn't thousands. I don't know. It's nice and it's thing, but you see when you're actually out and about and people come up to you, that's the thing that I really love, and it's tangible. And people, you just see someone and they come up to you and they take time out their day to just show you, and it's just like, raw. What I'm doing is really real. But it doesn't faze me. I don't know. Like I've always wanted to be. I've always been class clown. I've always been center of attention. I've
So
always
you're
done
class clown
stuff.
syndrome as well.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
we have
yeah.
a similar journey. It seems like
Yeah, 100.
potentially. So you might one day end up in this position.
What, fucking
I don't
interviewing
know.
someone in my living room? Yeah, right.
I think you'll go down. You'll probably make more money. But yeah,
Yeah.
I hear you.
No, Alhan, you will be done. I'm telling you.
I've said if
But I think you're very intelligent. I think
Too
you're one of the most.
if by 25 I haven't made a million, I think that's failure. To
I
me.
think potentially because there's
Yeah.
so much money to be made. But I think you're very intelligent, extremely intelligent, good intuition.
Stop, man.
So I think your brain might force you
Already? I don't want
one day to,
salmonella.
when you're changing and developing and maturing. I'm very interested to see that journey as well.
Yeah, I like that. I don't know. Like sometimes I think I'm 20, and it's just like there's so much for me to do, and so many places that I can go.
And
So-
you quite like politics. You're into a whole worldly
Yeah,
events.
not really though. I don't know. Like genuinely, I don't give a shit about politics.
Okay.
That's one thing I've learned. But I do believe that we have one thing to do every 4 years or whatever, and that's just to vote. But I don't know. I feel like this year I don't know. It just the thing. I like politics and I like governments and whatever and people. I just don't like thank you very much, the mob mentality behind it and all. I don't know. And you know what? Yeah, I genuinely couldn't wait for the general election to be over. I didn't even get a drink. Is there water or anything? Can I get some water?
Yeah.
Or a fizzy drink?
Right.
Yeah, is that open?
No.
Yeah, but
No,
you're gonna have that. Oh right. Oh, can I have one? Thank you. Yeah, I don't know. That was I think the worst part of Twitter this year.
What's that?
General election.
Horrible.
That's the and
Fucking
this is the reason.
disgusting, bro.
And it was funny because on Gasworks,
Yeah.
and on other platforms, I've openly spoken about my mistakes previously
Yeah.
for getting involved in something I have no real knowledge or understanding of. So because of that, now I just don't want to be involved. And I
Thank
was
you, bro.
almost like, not by everyone, but when people did have something negative to say, they were proper on me. But yet you can say, and this is why I get confused, you can say that's one of the worst parts of Twitter this year for you, but you indulged in it. And I find that very, and I have to say,
You said vote Labour,
very confusing. Like, you was very much involved, but you will say that you don't care. And it's like, I think that's the biggest problem in life. I feel like if you have the right people
It's not
in
that-
the right environments,
Yeah.
in the right areas, with the right intentions and the right skill set, I don't see what can go wrong. The moment you confuse it with people that are kind of interested and not interested, it's like the reason why the football market is very annoying to be in right now, because there's tons of people that, I'm really passionate about this. As long as you got the right skill set and right intentions, I say come over to the world of football. But if you don't really care about it, why have you got such a huge position within this world? Do you know what I mean? So what I'm saying to you is, when it comes to politics, you're a very, very intelligent person. And I just think to myself, if you're not ready to make, because what you think about it right now is due to how not committed you are. I would say get more interested in it and then see your viewpoint, rather than having a viewpoint now in such a... Why do you have a viewpoint now?
I care about it, yeah, but it's not my life. Like, when I'm out with my friends, we don't talk about politics. When I'm doing something, we don't talk about politics.
Okay.
But I feel like when we had that general election, everyone kind of had a responsibility. And to be honest, yeah,
So you only have a responsibility in politics when it's relevant, or do you have a responsibility in politics every day?
What I'm saying is, you can choose for it to be relevant all the time.
I'm just asking in general. I'm not like
insinuating
anything.
I think when it's election time, we have a responsibility to get young people out there voting. That's what I believe.
But then, don't you feel if you it'd be like for me to say to my people, all right, everyone, we have a responsibility to acknowledge Black history in the month of October.
Yeah.
It's like, if that's the only time,
but that's different though. That's different because when it's general election time, you actually go out and you vote and you change something.
I don't think it's different, because every single day you're gonna have to deal with the decisions that you make come general election.
Yeah, but
so whatever you vote for, now we have this guy in power. Every single day we have to deal with it. So if we choose to only acknowledge it in a period of time where it's a lot of information to obtain, I don't understand why would you put yourself under that much pressure.
But this is what I'm saying, yeah. If you want to learn about politics or just constantly have your news feed filled with stuff about Labour or Conservatives or politics, there's people to follow to do that. There's political correspondents, there's columnists that write everything every day about fucking politics. There's people that right now are writing something about Labour, but we're just never going to see it. But when it's general election time, it's like, this is something that you're going to vote for. Yeah, it's heightened, but it's you're actually... Like, there's no... If I talk about politics now, it's like, okay, well, but whatever. But on when it's general election time, it's like young people need to go out there and vote and change their future, whether they think it's going to happen, whatever. Like, whatever you believe about the system or however it's whatever. I don't know. But we have I feel, responsibility to get people out there voting. Especially as, like, young creators, influencers. Yeah. But otherwise, the rest of the year, I don't care.
I mean, we can stop talking about it, but even that...
Trust me.
absolutely confuses me.
But why?
It's whatever. Because it's like, things that are very serious in life, things that are going to need attention every single day, cannot be addressed at a period of time. And I'm not necessarily saying every single day you have to dedicate an ample amount of time to it.
But that's what
it needs to
is,
be.
Isn't it? It's time to vote on...
No, but that's what it is. I don't know to who, but things that are important to me, for example, the development of me and Vuja's channel. I'm not just going to go, well, when I film, I'm going to dedicate time to it. It's going to be, no. Even subconsciously, throughout the day, I am thinking about it and how and ways to improve it. So that way, when it comes to Monday, I've got several suggestions to say, Vuj, why don't we do this, or why don't we do it like that? But if I just only think about it at the time, then I'm not going to give it the attention in which it needs in order to grow, to be impactful. Politics is, I don't think, any dissimilar.
Okay.
If you don't give it the necessary time, so finding out what the people want, what the people need, how you can grow, how you can make the country better, you're trying to find out all that information in a space of like 2.5, 3 months, and then come to a conclusion on who you want to vote for. And these times, this guy's going to be in power for a very long time. It just doesn't make any sense. But everyone, do you want?
This is what I'll say, yeah?
No, isn't it? It's like,
No, this is what I'll say. Alright, so if you say Potent View channel,
Yeah.
let's say you haven't uploaded a video, would you say to someone, go watch my video?
When I say to someone, go watch
Yeah.
my video, I would, 100%, because something might come online. For example, Bellerin came out a year ago.
No, on
Bellerin
the
scores.
Potent View channel, would you
Yeah,
say?
of course. I do it all the time.
But
randomly.
no,
Say
if
you
you haven't
haven't
uploaded
uploaded
any
in 6
videos,
months.
would you say go upload?
in 6 months.
No, if you just haven't uploaded any video, let's say you go on a Potent View channel, yeah, and there's no videos, would you say to someone, go watch my video?
There's no point. There's nothing to watch.
Okay. So how am I going to tell someone about politics and voting and stuff? But
Because the impact it has
But
it happens every single day. So if you're saying
Yeah,
right now,
I
hear me-
agree.
hear me. So
Yeah,
say
yeah,
for
yeah.
example, right now there's something to do with doctors that's really affecting you right now.
Yeah.
You can definitely talk about it in some capacity. You don't say
Yeah.
go and vote, but you let people know this
I don't
is a
give a
part
shit
of.
about
Then I just say don't be involved. But there's people that really genuinely care, that they deserve to have the attention, they deserve to be listened to, they deserve to be the individuals that can change our perspective and help the actual country. Not people that just sort of dip in and out when it's relevant and get some more followers.
Well,
I think that's I'm not saying you do that.
I know.
But I'm just saying it's
that's what I think like
trash.
politics is, and that's the
I'm
that's
not
the harsh
involved then.
reality of it.
Anything
Yeah,
like
I got
that.
involved in
But-
2017 and 2019.
I hear what you're saying.
You see where I'm coming from though?
No, I somewhat agree with you.
But everyone do what
Because
you
if
want,
you care, like if you're gonna care now, care all the time. I get that, but I just think it's not. I find it depressing when it's just non-stop politics and your timeline.
That's what is tough though. Is that
But
when you
the
do
one
it,
true thing that I believe is that when it's general election time, just go vote, and that's the only thing that I was trying to push. You get me?
That's
I've
what-
voted like twice in my life.
Anyway, fuck politics,
Last
man.
year, anyway, yeah. I mean, yeah,
Corbyn's wet anyway.
he's probably gone.
Long, bruv. Old man.
It's crazy. The whole thing's just Boris Johnson for another probably 4 years.
I'd rather have Robbie in charge, bruv.
Who, Robbie?
Robbie.
Robbie Earl, first Jamaican man to score.
No,
World Cup.
Robbie, Arsenal fan TV.
He would be good.
Yeah, that'd be good, man. Flip it on his head, doesn't it?
Imagine, like they have they're at the party. They go, well, that thing, the House of Parliament. They go, they have the argument. Then outside, the reactions to everyone that didn't get the opportunity to speak inside. I think Robbie. I'm just saying. And then all the parties are different teams.
HBTV, Houses of Parliament
If you
TV.
ever run, I would vote for you.
That
For
would
me,
HBT.
I was gonna run for mayor of London.
And what happened?
I don't feel like it was the right time. No, genuinely.
So you might run for mayor.
2024, I'm gonna run for mayor. I will run
Exclusive.
for mayor. I said basically I can run for mayor. It's in May this
Exclusive.
year. It's in May this year. Yeah, I
gonna
said
run
I'll
for
run
mayor?
for 2020, but I was like, okay, I'm gonna
Too
go.
soon.
I don't care about becoming mayor of London. If I were to do it, it's to fulfill like speak it into existence. You get me? But it's just like it's a me thing, isn't it?
ego thing.
Yeah, it's an ego.
My
thing.
brother.
and that's not what politics should be. You get me? So
But
it's
it,
like,
is, it predominantly is though. If we,
yeah, no, it is.
I've
Like,
met politicians where I say my view and they ignore me.
fucking
afterwards.
Sadiq Khan, bro. My dad's a bus driver. So what?
No, I met a
Get
few
me, bro.
politicians and they're Labour as well.
John Chicken.
No, thank you.
I might have one after. And then I remember he was like, one guy was like, so did you vote for Brexit? Did you vote in the Brexit election? I said, no, I didn't. And from then on, he blanked me the whole night. But it's like, how are you meant to?
Who was
How
that?
am I meant to?
Fuck knows, man.
I don't want to bring no names up into this.
Oh, so fam, look at me snitching. Sorry, my
No,
bro.
I just I'm saying I'm not gonna snitch, but it was a Labour politician, London, one of us, let's say, whatever. that
David
is.
Lammy.
I'm not gonna say names. And then I said something,
Keep it on the DL.
and then my man just ignored. Like just once I said I didn't vote for Brexit in the election because he saw that as obviously important.
Man,
He
think
was
they're
like-
here to make friends, bruv.
No, but it's not about friends. It's about
Yeah.
discussion and why.
No, I'm
did
talking about
you
him.
vote? Why
You
did
as well. What you saying? You wanted to be friends with him?
No, I wanted to discuss. Like,
We say we wanted to
I
get him in your living room and
hear the-
fucking.
I mean, I don't think if you don't vote, you shouldn't be included because there's a reason you're not voting. There's a reason you might completely see a different point of view. You're apathetic because of certain ways of how the world is being run, and you might disagree with the whole thing. So I don't believe in the whole lesser evils. Like, let me vote for the lesser evil. Oh, the lesser evil's better. Like, bruh. Clinton and Trump, how like remember when Clinton and Trump happened? Who do you vote for, bruv? They're both like one bombed half of the world, like left Haiti in a mess, and you got this other one who's just a madman and grabs pussy. Like, like, and you want me to be like, no, but it's we gotta like that's how they get us is that they divide us and just divide and conquer, bro. It's just
And then they get
It's all here.
influential
It's all here.
figures within social culture
get you in
parameters
the
and
Oscars
say,
and then people
well,
are
let's
like,
get this person to
care
talk
about-
about voting here, and this person, what we'll do is we'll get the biggest person a part of this
Yeah.
group, and we'll convince him that voting is right, and then he'll tell everyone voting's right, and no one's going to even think is it right. They're just going to go, well, he said it's
a
right,
myth,
so I'm
bro.
going to do it.
But I don't want to. I mean,
Slip.
look,
But anyway.
I don't know half of the things I'm talking about. Well, but you are running for mayor, which is good. 2024.
And I'm
What-
going to vote for you.
What are the policies we're expecting from Alhan?
Bring back the bendy bus.
I like that.
Yes.
Number 18, Harsden. Yeah, come on.
Yeah, well, whichever borough has the most votes for me,
Yeah,
they'll get the bendy bus.
I like that.
I like
Not
that.
having them everywhere is dangerous. You get me? Yeah? Whichever.
Dangerous for cyclists.
Yeah, whichever. I don't
But
care.
they're
about
annoying
them.
anyway.
No.
Sorry.
Do you cycle?
Yeah.
If a cyclist dies from a bendy bus, it's natural selection, isn't it? Like, come on.
Fair enough. I hear you.
The only way a cyclist can die from a bendy bus is there if they're in the, like halfway through the bus and then the bus turns left and then they
Hits
crash,
them.
get crushed and
Yeah,
die.
you can
And
die
die.
in other ways. But I always, when I was younger, I used to think about like opening the door. Like cyclists are going really quick and you just go bang.
What's going on?
But
But that's a thought across my head. It doesn't mean I'll do it.
yeah, but it's their fault.
What's anyone
Just think, yeah. If you're in a
I
car,
don't have like an anti-cyclist agenda.
no, yes, you do. Bro. Come on, man.
No, because cycling.
What-
is
what
good,
do you-
but-
do you-
No, bro. Safe cycling is good. For example, Copenhagen, right? If you go Denmark, no. They got the electric
Well,
one.
go Denmark then.
Exactly. No, but that's my point.
Even Amsterdam. Remember we were in Amsterdam? The fucking
Yes.
the cyclists
They
have
try
more
kill us.
bikes than the foreign people there,
No,
bro.
exactly. Copenhagen has more bikes than cars. But that's what I'm saying. London, look at these roads. They're
No,
not
but-
built for cycling. Go
Nope.
Hyde Park and cycle, and then go home and walk. Like you can't cycle in London.
What
bro.
bike do you have? It's. I bet you got a thing as well.
Cycling in
I
London is a
don't
myth.
own my bike.
No, I know it's not a motorbike. It's a bike, right? A bicycle.
I don't own my own bicycle. I use the Santander one.
Oh,
I can
okay.
fuck right off then. They're huge. If you crash into a Santander bike, you're written off the car, not the bike. You know how bulky they are, bro. It's like a fucking living room.
You're actually safer on a Santander bike
Yeah,
than a
you're
Range
good.
Rover.
But what? So wait, bring back bendy buses. The
Yeah.
borough with the most.
Alright, so
votes
yeah,
gets in.
bring
What
back bendy
else?
buses.
Yes.
Orange Wednesdays back on.
I like
You
it.
get me? Because they stopped Orange Wednesdays.
I like
Could
it.
you-
When Orange Wednesdays was around, that was a much
Safer.
safer.
Time,
Safer, I don't know, but just peace. Yeah,
There were less people were online.
it was just blessed. It was blessed. It was blessed.
But you're incorporating some of the man them so they didn't feel like, well, Orange Wednesdays, they,
Yeah,
they could be
yeah.
involved now.
But now-
that
but-
was their entry point.
No, but
Cinema.
I don't know because it might now enable more things.
No, but if Orange Wednesdays was about when they dropped
Yeah.
Blue Story, there wouldn't been so much problems
Yeah, yeah.
because everyone just
'Cause
feels
half of
influenced.
them are
They
here for free.
got money for popcorn
We're getting
as well.
Yeah.
If I'm getting into Blue Story, if I paid money, I might talk a bit more. I paid my money down just like you. If I'm here for free, what humble?
What-
Take my water.
What else? Orange Wednesdays.
Get rid of all cycle lanes.
I like it. Anything
If
else?
you're gonna cycle, just cycle, innit?
Yeah.
You haven't got your own road and your
I
own.
agree with that.
You agree with that?
Yeah.
Okay. I was joking about that. I do think they should be cycling. But in Enfield, they spent 42 million on bike lanes, and I see cyclists on the road.
They spent
Done.
what?
42 million,
42 million on Spike.
and they had to shut down Chase Farm Hospital, the A&E department, and North Middlesex couldn't get upgraded or something. But they spent 42 million on fucking bikes, and I'm gonna do what Sadiq Khan should have done and make the Sadiq scooters. Because every city you go to, Paris, Madrid, Milan, where else? They've all got these sick electric scooters.
I saw it in LA. LA had it a little bit.
Why doesn't London have it? The greatest city in the world. Why don't we have fucking scooters? Boris had the Boris bike. Sadiq could have made the Sadiq scooters, but he's not
Legacy.
fucking
He needs a
smart, is
legacy,
he?
and he hasn't
He's
got
dumb.
one
His dad's a fucking bus driver. That's all he knows. Fucking idiot. That's it.
One time I tweeted and I said he's a charlatan.
A what?
A charlatan.
What's
But
that?
you know what? Just I don't know what it means. It just sounded good. But politicians though, innit, bro? They're just
Sorry.
they're soundbite dons. They just say sound bites.
Yeah.
They don't go into the grey areas of life. And I think life is
Bruv,
very,
this
very
is the
grey,
thing,
you
yeah.
know? Life is very complex, and we are complex human beings.
100.
I hate both of you.
And they do this whole like, oh, I care about. Da, da, da. That's why. You see, that's why I don't rate obviously the right wing lot, because naturally you're not gonna rate. Like just naturally we don't have the same views.
Yeah.
But
The David Beckham.
you're hella ignorant, so cool. But I less rate those like extra liberal people, because you overcompensate, and they're always like trying to make everything so
it's not every example of someone over there, because I don't haven't met every
overly
example.
extreme. I'm
No,
saying
not
extreme.
yours, but what I'm gonna say. So I had to give a disclaimer before I said it. But some of the people that I've met on the left wing.
Left wing people, yeah.
All right, so the Ryan Giggs lot,
Like Ryan Giggs lot, yeah.
and obviously he slept with his brother for 10 years. Slept with his brother's missus for 10 years. So that's a mad left wing thing. I've just met some people that come and support some of the things that I say, but they're not from the same background as me. So they're very intense and they know every bit of detail. I don't know every bit of detail. I'm just here by default. So some things are not really nice. I'm like,
Setting.
I don't like racism because like I'm hearing I got to deal with it. I'd rather it not be here. It can be over there, but not over here because we've all got to sort of like get along over here. But some people will get in and they're like, they're just so extreme about it. And I'm like, bro, it doesn't. So they'll want to put banners everywhere and this.
Half of them are from like.
It's just like they're not even from this. They're from like
Let's say
somewhere
the
else.
experience of the world you've had is in general.
Pretty nice.
I think the left are the most ignorant.
That's it, because you let's say
I'm right.
yeah.
I'm right. I'm right.
And it's like you're
I'm
not
left, but I'm right. Everything I say is correct.
And do you know what it is? They are saying the right things, but it's just the way they execute it.
The
It's
execution
just,
is poor. It's
poor.
No, but it's two sides of the same coin, really. It's just that one sounds better because you have a moral, I don't know, compass which seems to be better. But if you're always judging and
Bro, politics
not trying
here.
to
If you've gone to
understand
school and
people-
studied politics, you've done it wrong. Huh? Imagine that.
I did it.
You studied
A-level,
politics?
A-level and uni, international relations.
But if you're trying to enter a world of politics, I don't know.
No, I
fuck
just
it.
did it for
Let's
the-
talk about something else.
Let's
I
talk about
fucking
something
don't
else. But
care.
anyway, Mayor of London, you're gonna run.
Yeah.
so
gonna run.
Ryan Giggs is left
But it's
wing.
just a joke. You're for real. Like you've actually.
No, 2024 I'm gonna
You've
run.
actually researched that you can.
I might not win, but I'm sure I'll get a sizable amount of.
I'll definitely vote.
Can we
Thank
go
you.
back?
We'll
You
promote
said there's
you.
right wing, there's left wing,
Yeah, so right wing
and
is
left
Aaron
wing,
Lennon.
and then left. Who's left wing? Give me an example of left.
Left wing's a Giggs, yeah. Jovanovic.
Ryan Giggs, yeah. I'm not on it.
Yeah.
I'm not on it.
I'm not on any of it really. I think before.
You're just gonna say the joke again.
Nah, I'm just saying left wing. I've realised what it is. I'm not on it. I'm not on any politics. It's too mad. It's actually
Fuck 'em
too
all,
mad.
Yeah.
It's mad.
Nah, politics, man. It's just, you know what? Once you start going down that route, people then just start nitpicking what you say, and then it's long.
So basically, it's an argument
There's
for
no
all
point.
the time of who's saying who's right, and
Basically.
every time I've got to do is just pick out all the times that you're wrong to emphasise that I'm
Yeah.
right.
It's kind of like you. No, you'd be perfect for politics.
I would.
Because
That's why I can't go for this.
I was watching the Robbie podcast. Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys were just arguing, but you were saying the same thing.
Yeah,
No,
I was
because-
thinking.
Yeah.
No, we are, but do you know what it is? I'm upset that he went over there when he
No.
could have done it over here, though.
Forget that. I think with Poet, yeah, but I love him, and like this is
We
the
both love him.
yeah. But
sorry.
you love arguing. You love it so much.
Duh. Well, yeah, that's kind
No,
of
but
obvious.
like someone will just agree with you. Have the same point.
So you're
but-
arguing with me now, and I've agreed with you.
very good.
So you're just as bad as me.
He spun it.
Let's all point
Yeah.
out.
I hear you. But yeah, so yeah, running for mayor, born.
But yeah,
2024.
all right. You should get into politics as well.
Nice.
No, you have to because of that.
Nah, don't. It's a myth. I tried. There's
No.
point, bro.
We can make it fun, bro. We can make
If
it
we
fun.
can make it
Come
fun,
on, bro,
if
them
we
man
You
are
can people
gone.
call. You can call
It's
people.
tapped. You
No,
understand it's tapped.
bro,
Arsenal fan,
bro.
we get Robbie to
Bro,
do the
bro.
Arsenal fan TV version outside House Parliament.
In 100 years,
Politics is tapped, my bro.
no, bro. But you can make it
Oh, you
so
mean
fun.
change it for at
You
least
can
keep-
make it so fun,
You probably can.
bro.
yeah.
I'll pull up at City Hall. I said, Sadiq, I'm outside now. What are you on? Like that.
Yeah.
Do you know how fun that, bro? Imagine you had some kind of beef
I would
in
settle
politics.
I'd settle it with like Beyblade Wars and that.
Yeah, that shit, man.
I do like Beyblade Wars.
Bro,
Pokemon cards.
Pokemon.
Sadiq-
Like, you know, FIFA tournaments. Like,
This is- Sadiq can't try it.
It's
Listen.
like, boom. What are you saying, George?
Sadiq can't try it. Yeah.
Little Ahmadinejad thing. Play FIFA over.
FIFA, come on, bro.
No
that's
war.
what I said. That's what I said. World
And
War
upload
III.
it on YouTube.
Bro, that's what I said. World War III should be an esports competition.
Oh, bang views.
Bro, World War III should be massive COD, online multiplayer, ground war. And just everyone,
That's true.
Iran sends someone, America sends someone, headsets, everything. And you got to
And
translate.
they wear the army thing as well. The whole
Bro,
army
esports
outfit.
esports is where it's at now. But listen, Sadiq Khan, yeah, he tried it because he at it. I don't know why I said his name quiet. Where is he here? But he atted Donald Trump. Yeah. And he did. Sadiq Khan atted Donald Trump because I don't want you in this country. Listen, you're the fucking mayor of London. Why are you atting Donald Trump? You dumb bastard. You're so stupid, yeah? This is what I don't get. Everything is so fucking woke. Oh, I don't want a president that said he's gonna touch pussy. You're so fucking, you're the mayor of London. Why are you dealing with that? Fix bike lanes, plant more fucking trees. Your dad's a bus driver. Simple. Why do you think you can at Donald Trump? It's like, Imagine,
you
yeah,
get some brownie points in it from.
bro. Imagine you're a fucking janitor, yeah, and you've walked into the senior fucking meeting on the top floor in the boardroom, and you're trying to get involved. Who the fuck are you, bro? Go look after what you're dealing with over there. We're doing a beat.
Dancer yard before you dance, bro.
And he's holding up signs saying, "Oh, I don't want Trump here." Blood, it's not down to you. It's not fucking down to you, you fucking idiot. But yeah, anyway, that's the closest we've got to be. But the whole we spoke about it on Gasworks as well. World War III, Donald Trump and everyone saying this shit on Twitter.
What team are you again?
Huh? Team Iran.
Team Snow Allegra?
Yeah, man. I mean, what's his name? Obviously, all that
Am I
was a
racist?
bit mad, isn't it? All that thing that happened. But I just stay out of it because there's no point really. It's a cycle. But once you start deciphering our brain patterns as humans, you can see why these things happen because it's more than just surface value stuff. So anyway, look, I don't want to go into all that shit. We can do that another time. But anyway, bro.
I like when you lot talk about it though, because you make it seem so much like it's easier to understand. I can see you.
Right,
lot-
so basically, right? I was talking about the Katie Hopkins thing, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Let's say I reacted.
Yeah.
Boom. And I'm like, yeah, but no, you were. So what does that mean? She's got me.
Yeah.
Right? What am I going to do next, probably? I'm probably going to go outside on the road and be angry. I'm going to go with a worldview that I don't feel welcome in this country because I'm a foreigner. Right? So anytime I go into this world, I'm going to go with that viewpoint. So I'm always on edge. That means any Tom, Dick and Harry, wherever I go, whether it's Shropshire, can do something which can trigger me. If I'm in control of that and my identity doesn't control me, I can live my life with peace. And I can communicate with all human beings, whether you're Katie Hopkins or whoever.
Do you know how much sense that makes to me?
So
that
that's
makes
war. But that's war.
poetry.
War, but war is internal. War isn't external. We're like, oh, right, I did it. It's because they might have a different viewpoint internally, as do these men over there. But then what the media and politics does is they
Have you ever
control
been to
it.
Speaker's Corner? You should go to Speaker's Corner.
No, because them man do the whole identity thing. I rate them because they're still like projecting their experience.
I rate them, but I don't rate them because they don't argue for the sake of the subject matter.
that's
They
the thing.
argue to score points.
Exactly.
Like,
No, that's what I don't want. That's
Is
what
that what
politics
politics
a myth,
is then?
But it's point
yeah,
scoring.
that's why you'd be perfect for it.
No, I don't
but
want no
then,
points.
when you look at like amazing people that I think were quite amazing, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, amazing heroes that spoke amazing things that tried to project change. And once you start doing the whole peace thing, you're gone. Like,
Allow peace.
do you know what I mean?
Fuck
Once
man.
you do the whole
I
like,
don't care about history. I don't care. I don't know. Who
anyway,
done
that's
what,
because
I don't know.
I mean, yeah, that's
I
just
know
my
you
viewpoint
studied
of
it, so
but-
yeah. I just think they all trying to shit, man. All I know is Sadiq Khan's dad he used to be a bus
Used to
driver.
be-
What's the matter, Callum?
Yeah, but it's
Alright, Callum.
I don't know.
All right.
But Alhan, man, you're obviously an intelligent man and
Yeah.
stuff, but you're obviously a troll as well.
Come on.
But I hear you, man. You know what Alan Watts said once? Just we need the clowns because I was a clown,
Who's Alan Watts, bro?
just another guy. But what I'm
You
saying
just
is,
know all these prayers.
yeah, because I spend my time at home doing a lot of nothing.
Just ring bricker.
Alright, cool. But this is what my energy is different though, bro.
I hear that. This is what I'm saying.
That's the
bro.
thing though. When your energy,
It's hard,
Have you
innit?
taken a mushroom?
I haven't, you know.
No.
It sounds like I have, but I haven't.
No, it doesn't sound like you have because you're not like. The reason I asked is because you might have had like a bite of a mushroom, but you haven't had the whole mushroom because you ain't lost the plot.
No, I haven't.
But
Just about haven't lost the plot. I was close. Extremely close to losing the plot, but
I definitely have.
yeah,
maybe we've all lost the plot. Do you know what I mean? But
yeah.
yeah.
No.
I want to talk more about you because you're here. You're our beautiful guest. Beautiful, subjective, relative. But
How about your thinking behind the Radar Radio episode that we done? Like, how did we even get there, Alhan? Because all I remember is walking
how
in.
did you meet him? Yeah.
So I remember the emails. I remember thinking.
Do you
this
remember
is
the
not-
emails though?
Yeah, because I remember,
Did you actually click on them emails and like?
yeah,
read
me and
them?
my brother read them, and
Really?
for us at the time,
Thanks for replying.
Alhan, let me give you my reality at the time.
I know what your
It was a
reality is.
next reality.
I've got 13-year-olds, 14-year-olds like emailing me now.
Do you reply?
Paragraphs. I look at them and I say,
No,
"Bro,
but
you're
your reality
fucking mad,
now-
bro. I don't want to read this, bro."
But my reality wasn't
Yeah.
your. If my reality
Yeah.
was this reality,
What is
I
it?
might have.
Yeah.
My reality then was so like, what are you asking me for advice for? I'm like, cuz
I hear it.
man's just having there is no infrastructure, there's no industry. We were just doing what we did.
When
But-
someone hollers me, I understand why they're hollering me.
no, but like I was saying to you, because now you've looked at what me and Vuj has done. There's no blueprint for me and Vuj. We're just doing this because we want to express ourselves. So the fact that you are asking me for advice on it, I don't even know if I'm right. So I didn't know what to do. So me and my brother were like, oh, we'll get back to it. But we didn't get back to it. No problem. That's cool. Because we didn't. Oh, and I was very confused on someone asking me. I still get confused to this day. But I was like, raw, like, I can't. In my head, I'm thinking, I can't help you, cuz. If you really knew, man, you would know I couldn't help you. But then
I don't know,
obviously,
you know.
Radar.
Yeah. I don't know. My journey was funny, bro. But the rate, so Radar Radio was about, and you had a show, I had a show, bare people had a show, just everyone had a show. That's why it was such a fucking great place. And then we met on there.
And then it was the Amy Becker show.
Yeah, the Amy Becker show. Where we
shout out Amy B,
Trust
man.
me, What a G. But we were there.
Yeah, and Taz was there. Taz was
yeah.
there. And I just remember coming out of there. IMDb was there.
Oh, okay.
So
I think she'd gone by the time I come.
Yeah, she's gone by the time you come. But I just remember coming out of that room and saying, that is
amazing.
the most amazing
Yeah.
human I've met in a very, very long time, cuz. On a level, fam.
Thank you, bro. Nah, that was sick. Genuine, like, if you're just there on, what was it, like, some dumb 10 a.m. I missed work because of it. This is when I was working at Vice, which was around the corner, so I turned up late. Just like fucking 10 a.m., some dumb radio show, but it was just so funny.
But why are you so fearless? Like, why do you feel that's the appropriate way to behave? Because
I don't know. I think there isn't method to it. It's just like, this is me, and I don't know. I hollered everyone. Like, I've been to so many meetings. Yeah, I had a meeting last week at the BBC, and this guy was like, "Oh, I've got your email here framed," and he like, I've been seeing bare times, but he showed me last week. But I've been seeing maybe like when I first met him 3-4 months ago. It's like, yeah, I've framed one of your emails that you sent me when you were 16. I was like, I don't even remember emailing you. I don't even like. I thought it was the first time I was meeting this guy, and he was like, "Oh, do you remember me?" I was like, "I have no idea where I know you from. I don't know, like, where have we met before?" And then to the next meeting, he brought me this fucking email that he framed that I sent him when I was 16. Some random bro at the BBC who's head of factual. He's like some 45-year-old senior position.
What's his name?
Fucking John, Italian guy.
Okay.
and you also emailed him when
Emailed everyone. I emailed Jamal Edwards, the editor of Newsnight at the time. Her name was Diane. Fucking just everyone. I hollered everyone. Just every single day I'd email people, and I wrote a tweet.
But
about
what did you want?
Just to make shit, to make content.
So
That's
you've
all I
always
cared
so
about.
that's all it was. It was like for you,
100.
it was just like I want to create content, and your inspirations were people on YouTube. No, in fact, why am I speaking on your behalf? Who were your inspirations? Who was your go-to go? Oh my god, now this is what I want to do.
Probably, I used to watch like a lot of Louis Theroux. He was my, I don't know. But the thing is, these people, they'd inspire me, but I never want. I don't know, because I don't want to be like them.
No, I'm not suggesting you do, but I'm talking about.
I just wanted to make.
So
that
exactly.
shit, yeah.
So I didn't want to be Trevor
Louis
Nelson.
Theroux, Sacha Baron Cohen,
Yes.
Yeah.
Ricky Gervais is my biggest inspiration of all time.
Yeah.
Who else? That's it from that world. But then in like the more kind of readily available shit, like you, Vuj, A Squeezy at the time.
Wow, incredible.
Who
Incredible.
else? There was
A
one.
Squeezy. And what I loved about
A-Dot.
A-Squeezy. Oh,
A Dot
A-Dot.
was fucking sick.
Jazzy.
Jazzy.
Don't jealous me.
Yeah.
Don't jealous
Yeah.
me.
What's it?
Early
Tol-
UK
AO
comedy.
Online.
Yeah.
AO Online.
Yeah.
Oh,
A
AO.
Online. Yeah.
A online.
A Online was just.
Nothing
Legend.
like that kind of.
Oh, you know what? I'm such a prick.
A Online, what
You know
a
he's come,
fucking
he wants
G.
to come on Gasworks. Like,
You know,
He
I
should
told
come
him,
Gasworks.
I told him.
You told him,
Yeah,
oh,
I told him to go in Gasworks.
fucking good
I've
looking
been
out,
speaking to him
fam.
for months, and then I
He's-
always forget to holler him.
I would prefer him to come next
Yeah,
week, by the
yeah,
way,
yeah,
because
yeah.
that's
Alright,
what
let me
I.
shout
Do you know
him.
what I mean? Like that's the type of person that I know
He's
will
sick.
understand all of this. Like, cuz,
Yeah.
carry on.
He's like an early trouble. You need to chat to A online though. He's
Yes.
also had a bit of a, I'd say a lot of shift mentally. He's similar to I don't know. He's a deep thinker and he's a good guy. But anyway, carry on.
Pause for a second. Vuj, where did you get that water from?
Oh, mine's here on the floor. Are you ill?
He doesn't
Huh?
matter.
Do you want?
No. I just knew that you was holding my water, and I was just like, this is really
Sorry.
cute. That's okay. And you drank some as well.
I did drink some.
Drank.
Drank.
God.
Bus drivers.
Like inspirations.
Did you just say like bus drivers?
No, who said that?
Carry on.
Yeah. Who else, man? Jamal Edwards. Okay, when I was younger,
What year are we talking, by the way?
2013, 2014,
Fuck me.
which I was like 13. When I was young, my biggest inspiration and the person I wanted to be like was Jamal Edwards. 100%.
That's mad.
100. That was like my all-time. And Jamie is my big. Jamie's the reason I don't drink, the reason I don't smoke. Like from him, I've just
Wow.
like, oh, yeah. Because I was like, right, this guy's just 30. He's sick. And then he's like, he doesn't drink, doesn't smoke. I was like, okay, all right, cool. Say nothing. And then I've smoked one spliff and never drunk a drink, never done nothing. I had a bit of Baileys for New Year's.
Nice.
Like literally, I'm talking a
Yeah,
bit,
a
and
little
I felt
bit here and
white.
there.
But you're only 2021.
Yeah.
Like,
Who
life-
knows? When I'm 35, I'll be on coke, heroin, fucking get me with Stacey Dooley and all them lot. But yeah, but all I knew is I wanted to be like Jamal Edwards. That was it. That was the guy.
alright?
I don't want to mock it. I did just mock it.
She mocks herself, bro. Leave it to her.
I feel like sometimes a lot of these documentaries, it feels a bit. I like the word voyeuristic. It's like you're going to a different part of the world where people are suffering.
It's
or
fucking.
whatever,
It's thing, isn't
and
it?
you're coming with your big camera crew.
It's,
sound,
yeah,
and you're like,
It's safari
you're dying.
safari journalism.
oh,
That's what they call it.
You know what I'm saying?
It's safari journalism, isn't it? That's
feels a
what
bit
they call
like-
it. The tone's wrong. The tone's wrong. She's there with her
The tone's wrong.
Bulgari glasses, her fucking Chanel earrings, and Louis Vuitton.
It's work for them.
Did you ever wear a Louis Vuitton bag to Lebanon? And people,
Who, me? Yeah, but
But this is the thing,
I'm an
though,
idiot
is-
though.
What? I missed what you
I'm an
said.
idiot. So
About
you
what?
Went, you went with a Louis Vuitton bag to Lebanon to do a documentary.
But have you been to Lebanon?
But you went to the bits though.
We also
Didn't
went
you
to the
nearly
parts
get-
where
you
man are
nearly
driving purple
Didn't you
Lamborghinis.
nearly get bombed?
Yeah, yeah, the man.
Yeah, it was mad. Like,
Weren't you like meters away from a terrorist attack?
yeah,
Yeah.
Damn.
What do you mean? Damn?
could have been gone, innit?
You had no gas works.
I could have done it with you.
Fair play.
Could've
If you ever
been.
need
You
a-
should be celebrating. You shouldn't. Yeah, you would have been celebrating. Nah, no, they can't take you from me.
So we're talking about what are we talking about? We're talking about
You.
Inspirations, yeah.
Inspirations.
Yeah, because
So you saw all of that content, and then what does it trigger within you?
well, the
Some
thing is,
people
yeah,
watch that and be like,
I always wanted to make content. That was the thing,
Mm.
but I didn't always like want to be in front of the camera. As much as I was center of attention and class clown and wanting to do shit, I wanted to be behind the scenes and just make stuff happen as well. And to me, that's why Jamal was such a big inspiration, because everyone knew him. And if you know SBTV, you know Jamal. If you know Jamal, you know SBTV. Like, it worked both ways. He had one foot in this whole fucking real media world, traditional media world, and then one foot in the fucking, the industry
Come
of,
on, yeah.
of, lack of a better word, urban black culture. He had it, he's like got the media empire in black culture, but then also can cross it over into traditional media. And later down the line, he got his MBE and done all these things and just get me. I think SBTV has like fallen off drastically now, and I think there's
Yeah, I
other
see you
people.
kinda
But we
get at
speak,
them a little
yeah, and I'm going for lunch with like Jamal this week. But him, like, I always just saw as someone I wanted to be, because I don't always want to be in front of camera, like I just said. But I wanted to make content, make a series, make just stuff and have stuff and have a channel and have like this media company and just have a fucking network. And that's always what I wanted to aim for. And at the time there was a TV show called Inside SBTV, From Bedroom to Boardroom, which was
Shout out, Ram.
which was all about how SBTV went from bedroom to boardroom. And I used to watch that religiously. It was on Channel 4.
My boy Ram does had something, a major thing
It
to
was
do
made by
with that.
Lemonade Money.
Yeah, Ram had something to do with it. You know Ram?
Which Ram?
Isaac.
Oh, Isaac.
Yeah, Ram.
Oh,
Yeah,
Isaac
Ram.
Densu.
Yeah, Isaac.
You call him Ram. Why?
That's what I was
Old
gonna say.
school.
I don't call him Ram.
Oh, yeah. So I'm saying old school. These men are all of
He's
these
a G.
dons are old schools.
Isaac's a fucking G, man.
Proper G.
Yeah, so
Okay.
they had a show From Bedroom to Boardroom. And I used to watch that all the time on Channel 4. I think it was like once every 2 weeks or once a week. Anyway, but it was basically Channel 4 had made a TV show about SBTV and how that came about. And it was fucking nuts. And I used to watch it, and there was people like, do you remember Georgia LA, their presenter?
Of course.
She used to be on there. Liam Tutul was on there, who
Yeah.
was one of the directors of the company. Jamal Edwards and Morgan Keys was just the whole team. The whole team, yeah.
Shout out
Morgan was
Morgan.
also one of my biggest inspirations as well. I've got messages from I've messaged anyone you can think of. I've fucking sent them an email or done them or just something. I'm just like, I don't know, I was really weird and
You were
stalkerish.
hungry. You were hungry.
Yeah,
but it
yeah,
seems
100.
like you-
This is why it's like, yes, you speak things into existence, but if it wasn't for all that fucking
need
shit,
action.
then 100%, yeah, exactly. So anyway, so they had this TV show, and on it there was, do you remember, Aaron Roach Bridgman?
Yep.
Yeah, he was actually auditioning to become a presenter for SBTV.
Yep.
And in the TV show, he won it. And he's like, this is our new presenter, Aaron Roach Bridgman. And that was kind of almost the start of his journey. And now he's gone on to do stuff for Channel 5 and whatnot.
He does loads of docs.
Yeah, loads of
Nice
docs.
guy.
He's fucking sick, man. He's really down to earth. He's just like heart of gold as well. I really like him a lot. But yeah, that's how it was really a thing.
So you just really wanted it. You said you kind of like had a class clown personality.
Yeah. But I was just always, I don't know, like in school, I never focused on any of my subjects. I didn't give a shit about anything academically. All I cared about was fucking Bricka Bricka, bring it fucking back. Like Bricka Bricka, That's a Rap Show, SBTV. That's it. Like on the way to school, I'd fucking just study everything.
Crazy.
Study everything. When SBTV rebranded and got a new logo, I was like, "Hey, that's sick." Then I go on the company that made their logo and find out the thing.
That's the thing with you.
Wait, how old are you when you're doing that? Sorry, Scotty. How old are you?
13, 14.
This is what I'm saying though.
And then, all right. So I think
cold.
when I was maybe 15 or 16, yeah, SBTV got bought out. I don't know if they got. I think maybe 50. I don't know. But basically, there's a guy called Mark Boyan, yeah, who's an angel. He's just an investor. He brought Pinterest to the UK and done all these mad things. But he's got a company called Maroma Ventures, yeah, and he invested 2 million into SBTV and basically bought, I think, shares in the whatever. But he invested 2 million into SBTV. They moved offices
To Central London.
No, they're already in Central London, but then they moved to Regent Street. They used to be on Hyde Park's Corner. In Hyde
Oh
Park
yeah, they
Corner,
moved to Regent Street and they had like
Yeah.
a little office space inside.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is crazy.
They were tucked away inside this. Bruv, I used to email the guy who fucking bought into SBTV, pitching him my fucking business. I gave him like a business plan. Bruv,
How old
when I
was
was
you?
like, I could probably find it now. No older than 15. And this
So
is
you've done all of this training before you've even got to the position to
Yeah.
even do gas works.
yeah, it's hard. Yeah,
And you're telling man speak things into existence.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm not.
You spoke it and acted.
Yeah.
To be fair,
I think it's you can't.
But I'm saying that's why I don't believe in.
speak it and do it.
I think
I
we need to
don't
find a new
believe in-
term because it doesn't sum it up
Speaking
accurately.
that-
Work hard, bruv. Just work hard, innit?
I think.
But I don't like
I
work
think you
hard.
work smart.
No, set goals and
I
work.
think
Yeah,
you
I
work
work
very
smart. I
smart.
don't work hard at all, bro.
Neither
I
do
don't
I.
work hard at all. Probably like last year, yeah, we done gas works, like, and I made a good amount of money. I probably worked like 2 days a month.
But I think you've done all the work. That's why.
Yeah, but
it's
that's-
almost
yeah,
like
yeah.
education for you. Like
No,
you
there's a
treat
lot
it-
more work to be done, bro.
No, of course, there's a lot more work
to
to be done. That's how it goes. But you know, like for example, you educate yourself in school and all of that to have an easier life afterwards.
Yeah.
You kind of
yeah.
educated yourself by emailing people,
Trust
building
me.
your contacts.
But
You've
this was
done
all
so
yeah,
much
so,
work.
Like, and I
I was
wouldn't.
researching angel investors at 13. Jesus Christ.
Well,
That's what I mean is like I used to watch SBTV,
Yeah.
and I'd be same as you. I was immersed in it. Grime Daily, SB Link Up, Spiff TV,
To be TV, yeah.
like all
Shout out,
this.
Spiff. What was your response after you done that? So he's already said he's going to research stuff.
Now, to me, it wasn't. To me, it was like sick, and then it was I want to make my own stuff. But I'm saying
Yeah.
he went a step further where
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
researching the investor of a company, finding out who's his fucking investor, and making a fucking business plan at 13. Like,
But the business plan I didn't even have. I just emailed these guys. Like, a lot of it was just like you have to
Fuck.
blag a lot. You have
You're
to
mad,
blag
man.
a lot. Like
You
in
have-
this industry,
yeah.
if you don't believe in yourself, no one else will. Yeah, you're not here to make no friends. Like we're friends and whatever, cool, whatever. But this is different. This
Default.
is YouTube and like. But in actual, when you're there in meetings, yeah, no one's gonna be your friend.
that's where I fucked
No-
up because I thought people were my friends.
Yeah,
but
bro,
yes.
you're not like no one will be your friend at all. Like no one. If you die, whatever, they might be sad. They'll come to your funeral, maybe if you're lucky.
Don't really want
But it's
them,
not even
yeah.
your luck because you're dead anyway. So your luck
Yeah.
is out the window.
I identify as alive, so
If you identify as you're good, you'll never die.
Yeah,
You're
exactly.
immortal. But these people are just they don't care about you. They genuinely don't care about you, innit? So you're not here to make friends. And that's what I think. I don't know. I feel like a lot of people create these relationships and these fucking build bridges with the wrong people.
Networking.
Yeah, networking, bruv.
But you can't blame him because do you know what it is? I just think that their window to seeing the
different
scene.
You can't blame
the
anyone,
perspective's
bro. You
mad,
can't blame
bro.
anyone. You can't blame anyone.
It's the
There's
reason
only
why-
one person you can blame, and it's the type of person that goes on Love Island.
I was gonna say yourself, but
I thought you was gonna blame Sadiq Khan's.
I like Love
Bus
Island.
driver,
though,
dad or
bro.
something.
Allow it,
No,
man.
no.
Whose fault was that?
Sadiq Khan's granddad.
Granddad.
Yeah,
Okay.
because he
Love
gave birth
Island's-
to the son.
Okay.
Yeah.
Love Island's calm, like man.
Huh?
Don't hate.
Anyway, you get my point.
What do you think about Twitter though in general?
Twitter's my favourite social
your
network
favourite
of all
still?
time.
It's the best thing that's. It's the best thing.
Best thing
So
that's
I still
ever.
find it the best. I've jumped.
What?
It's the best thing that's ever happened to me in my life.
Now
Really?
it's
Bro.
even. Do you know what's happened? Because it's done full circle. It used to be really bad. Then it got really woke. Then all this shit happens with
It
like
still
other
is.
people.
It still is woke, but
No, but no one cares about like,
Yeah.
in my timeline. The woke
Oh,
stuff.
right. Yeah, well, no, that's what I'm saying. It's up to who you follow. innit?
Before, everyone was awake, fam. Like no one wants to sleep. Now,
I think when I thought I
Niggas
was
be
woke
sleeping.
here, I was the most asleep in my life.
yeah, of course.
100%.
People that are woke are just.
When I went through my period where I was like thinking I knew
Bro,
everything
so-
about the world, I was so asleep.
You know what? I'm doing I'm doing like, this talk for the Guardian
yeah,
in
yeah,
February.
but,
Yeah, come to that. But
Can I come?
No.
Oh, sorry.
Someone wrote an email to the Guardian about my tweets, and now they're having a meeting today is whether I should be on the panel or not.
What tweets did you have?
Oh no, just general shit, innit? Like I write stuff about feminists and all this stuff. All that shit. You get
But
me?
this is what I mean. Is like,
But bro,
you're stopping expression.
Bruv,
We got to express ourselves.
listen, yeah. In the real world, when everyone is behind closed doors, the shit they say is mad. The shit they say is fucking mad, bro.
This is why people like Trump are in power. I don't want to say this is
yeah.
just why.
Bro, I've spoken about this on
But the
Gasworks.
reason Trump is in power, a lot of the reason, I want to say the only reason, is because we have people who claim to be liberal shutting people down and not allowing them to speak. So let's say you're clearly not a Nazi or whatever. You have some maybe
Debatable
problematic views or whatever it is. You might express yourself in ways that offends people.
Yeah.
But you don't mean harm and you don't have hate.
Yeah.
So if we don't allow you to speak anywhere, let's say,
bruv, do you know the amount
that creates potentially someone else who goes, hey mate, I really hate those people, come with me.
Yeah.
And that's how you create Trumps. And I don't understand how these people at the Guardian don't see.
They
that
do
they're
see,
part
bruv.
of the
They just
problem.
live in a bubble. Then
then if we stop all expression, like look at Dave Chappelle. Like remember his thing was voted down on Rotten Tomatoes. They only allowed media outlets to vote if his show was good or not. Yeah, it had a rating of like 16% from like 50 reviews from professionals. That means liberal outlets.
He's one of the best stand-ups.
Everybody complained. Rotten Tomatoes opened it up to the public. 50,000 reviews, 99% positive. So there's clearly a disparity in how liberal media is operating and the common human.
Bruv,
Sorry, go on, Alhan.
Like
I've worked at the most fucking liberal media companies, yeah, and I've had
I have as well, and it's frustrating as fuck.
100%, bruv. Like,
I don't want to listen.
Don't you think it's though a part of it is to do with the fact that a lot of people that end up in front of camera doing this commercialized stuff, well, not a lot of people, but some of these popular cool people are from homes that are not university centric to the point where in which we go to education, we educate ourselves to get a skill to go and use it in life. Like I'm from an estate. You're from like, you know what I'm saying, a very interesting background everywhere. Like we're from really interesting backgrounds, which means our perspective is not but then what happens is when we go into the working world, that's who we're working with, or that's who's signing the checks, and it's like it's two different perspectives. So when we do something which our culture will fully understand, because of the way they've grown up and they're signing the check, it's like, what are you doing? No. They're all about money, financial gain, about profit. I had a meeting the other day in the company. I was saying to Vuj, I won't go into too much detail, but bro, their perspective on what's happening within this world, I'm saying to them, look, I'm not doing this to tick boxes. I'm doing this because the world gets bigger. So Alhan, one day when you have your son, he has a place that he can work. That's what it means to me. Like, for example, I see businesses in Green Lanes, Turkish businesses, where that's their world, and they know if they build it up to a point when I turn 50, I can hand something down to my son. I'm like, I don't have that in anything other than the culture that I'm immersed in. So if I keep making great content and it adds to making the world bigger, it just means that one day my sons could have a job in it in so many different ways. Do you know what I mean? So it's very, very important that you know your responsibility and all of that. And I just don't think them people that sign the checks, I just don't think they care about that. They have no care in the world.
I think, I don't know, in the next 5-10 years, you'll see a lot of things just spin completely.
I think so as well. I think
people are tired of the fucking woke shit now. But what I was saying is, like, I've been in companies, yeah. I quit my job at Vice because of bullshit like this.
Is it?
Yeah. Because basically, long story short, there was a guy who used to work in the IT department. He was like a Crystal Palace fan. He was like, you know, with the lads, fucking, do you know what I mean, mate? You know, tight jeans, fucking. His jeans were so tight you could read his text messages through his fucking pocket. You know what I mean? Like, that kind of tight, bro. So, who am I talking to here?
Yeah.
Sorry,
I've got to do a title for the show tonight.
And I've got to tell the meeting that we're late.
Oh, okay, cool.
Oh, fuck off, bro.
But
what's the meeting?
Freelance, innit? This is the life.
Freelance. Look, Gaffer Mag is 4 till 5. It's 4 for 50. I'm gonna take a picture of me and you together and apologise.
But you know what, Alhan, I fully hear you on that. So why did you quit at Vice?
So basically, yeah, I think there was a guy in the IT department that used to work for Crystal Palace, innit? And the running joke was that he was UKIP and fucking didn't like Muslims and was just racist, a bigot, yeah. But it was a joke. That was like our joke. And so when he was leaving the company, it was a leaving card and he got sent around the office. Everyone signed it. Lots of love. Good luck in the future. Gonna miss you. All that bullshit, yeah. So I tweeted on there. I was like, we don't like Muslims. Lots of love, Alhan. Yeah. Obviously playing on the whole. He's
joke,
Crystal
like,
Palace and
yeah.
yeah. Anyway, and then the card went round, and then HR took a picture of it, and then went up to him, and they're like, "Oh, so why has Alhan written this, all this and that?" And he's like, "Oh, it's just a joke. This is obviously I support Crystal Palace. They call me a football hooligan. They say I support UKIP. Like, it's just a joke." And then, so it's his leaving card, and HR have asked
And you're
him.
technically Muslim, right?
Yeah, my background's Muslim. Yeah, I'm gonna get onto that, but she's asked him if he's offended by it, and he's told her no. You get me? But it's his leaving card. So she's not happy with that. She's like, okay, cool, and then decided to take things into her own hands. Yeah. So then she called my manager into a meeting, and this was on a Friday. And she was like, yeah, blah blah blah. This and this is happening, all this and stuff. I was like, cool. No, she was saying that to my manager. I didn't know until the guy whose leaving card it was came and told me. He was like, yeah, HR have looked into it. I was like, cool, what did you say? He was like, I didn't say nothing. I was like, I'm fine with it. I was like, alright, cool. Is it going to be a problem? And he was like, I don't know. Anyway, then I see my manager go into meeting rooms. I'm like, bruv, they're on to me. Anyway, this is a Friday, and it's about to be the weekend. So it's just like, I'm going to stress about it all weekend, right? I was like, oh, fuck, what are they going to do to me? I'm going to get fucking whatever. And then, so the woman called me into, the HR lady called me into a meeting just before the end of Friday. And she goes, yeah, we're, like, we've seen what you've written in the card, and we want to think about it over the weekend, and we'll talk to you on Monday. I was like, all right, cool. I didn't say nothing. I was like, cool. She's like, well, don't you have anything to say? I was like, no, just do what you got to do, innit? Anyway, Monday, I come in, afternoon, have my lunch and whatnot. Anyway, it's afternoon now. A big fucking deal. They've called me into this HR meeting. So it's the woman who saw the card, yeah, and then my boss, my manager, and then me in the meeting, yeah. And then she was like, oh, and the HR lady.
It sounds like it should just be over, but why is it carrying on?
Yeah, 100. Anyway. And then, and then the HR lady is talking now. So she's like, and then she starts talking like, oh, as a Muslim, because her background's, she isn't a practicing Muslim though. She has an Arabic background. She just started learning Arabic. Like she's not, I don't know. Anyway, I'm not gonna police someone's fucking how religious they are or whatnot. You get me? If she's offended, she's offended. So she's like, yeah, I saw your leaving card. And we're in here to talk to you. I was like, all right, cool. But I was like, who? I said to her, so who's offended by my leaving card? Yeah, and she was like, me. So I was like, why is it fair for you to be in this meeting then? And then she was just like, what do you mean? I was like, so you're offended by the leaving card, right? And she was like, yeah. I was like, but you work in HR. She was like, yeah. I was like, someone third party should be doing this meeting. Like, it shouldn't be you. If you're offended, you don't hold the meeting.
That's like if the judge was offended,
yeah,
and he had information to tell before, and he's come in, he's just gonna say me? You're guilty or
100.
No.
So I said I'd like one of your colleagues to handle this process. I don't know what you're gonna tell me. I don't know what your disciplinary action, whatever it is, but it shouldn't be coming from you. If you're the person who's offended, then follow the process. You get me? And then she was just spun. She was like, I said whatever. I was like, let's carry on with the meeting anyway. And then they gave me a letter, and then I took it, and it said. It was just some proper drafted, has my fucking home address on there, Vice, all this bullshit. Yeah, dear Alhan, because of a comment you made on someone's leaving card, blah, 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 we're going to talk about your disciplinary actions, blah, blah, blah. This could result in you being terminated from the company. Okay. Your meeting is on Wednesday, so 2 days' time, at 3 p.m, whatever, yeah? I was like, bro, this is bullshit. I walked straight back in the meeting room. I was like, I want out of this company. I was like, I leave. All straight away called their bluff. They're like, no, what do you mean? I was like, I'm leaving. I was like, I don't want this bullshit. I don't want this. I was like, I fucking joined this company. I was like, you lot pay me to go out there and be fucking this mad guy that's always fucking pissing people off, and, you know, I was doing like what I do at Gasworks at Vice, innit? I was just a controversial guy. I was like, you lot literally pay me to be the controversial guy. The fucking minute you get one tiny bit of controversy in the office, you want to fucking ridicule me for it. What am I here for then? And then straight away she was like, no, you don't have to like go over the top of all this bullshit. She was like, just like chill, we'll sort it out on Wednesday. I was like, I don't want to fucking sort it out on Wednesday. Anyway. Bruv, I just walked straight up to the CEO's office, innit? I just walked in, he was on the phone. I was like, bruv, I just want to talk to you, innit? I was like, yeah, what's happened? I said, this fucking workplace is the most hypersensitive bullshit I've ever been part of. I was like, everyone's so fucking, what's her problem? I was like, the guy whose leaving card it was, who I wrote this comment on, doesn't have a problem with it. So why has she now taken it upon herself to do this thing anyway? And then I was like, whatever. And then they called me back in the meeting. And it's now a different lady because I said I didn't want her in the meeting because she's fucking whatever, completely biased or not biased, but you know what I mean, innit? Someone who's offended by it
has a bias.
Yeah. She's not impartial. And And then I was like, yeah, I want to leave the company. I handed in my notice the next day. And then when the meeting came on Wednesday, yeah, so it was this new lady, HR lady, and my boss. And I took someone in with me because you're allowed to have like a union representative or someone to go in with you and like you fight your argument with.
How old is you when this happened?
This is when I first got my job at Vice. 18.
You know all of this stuff.
Bruv, they're bullshit, yeah? Anyway, and they offered me a pay rise. I was like, this is the dumbest thing I've been part of. They were like, we can keep you on for more money. We don't want to lose you. I was like, this is bullshit, bruv. And I quit.
Oh wait, you quit?
That's when I went to Boiler Room and made Gasworks.
So despite all of that, you still quit?
Yeah, 100. What, for a few bags more a year?
Come on.
I
I know certain man that wouldn't turn down
It's
nothing,
bullshit,
my
it's
brother.
bullshit, bro. Because when I was there, they used to pay me to be the fucking loud guy and, you know, piss everyone off. Let's go be controversial. Let's ask young people what they think. I fucking have a bit... And this is what I said to the woman in the meeting as well, yeah.
Like the
I said,
Finsey Park episode of like the Finsey Park video you done.
Yeah, like Love Island. Trust me. I said to the woman here, I said, look, would you penalise a black employee for saying the N-word? She was like, no. I was like, would you penalise a gay employee for saying something homophobic? You get me? Or get your cock out or something. Like, whatever. Let's say a gay person says something homophobic, would you penalise them for it? She was like, no. I was like, so me, who comes from a Muslim family, yeah, I say a joke that I am the subject of.
Like
yeah?
Bricka.
Yeah.
Same thing.
So why is it alright for you to penalise me because of that? Just because the person from HR may also be Muslim doesn't mean that it's alright for you to penalise me. That doesn't change anything. Don't tell me what should be offensive to me. You get me? And that's when she was spun. She didn't know what to say. But yeah, my journey into Vice is a much better story if you lot want that.
I think you should go.
Go on.
What?
Tell us.
Oh, I thought you said you think you should go to your meeting.
no, I've told. No, come on, bro.
Basically,
Sorry, Hamish.
I used to email everyone, yeah. And before my GCSEs, I used to email Vice every day with these ideas. Basically, I'd go on LinkedIn and I'd find a person that would work at Vice, and it's like name, surname, and then all the Vice emails are name.surname@vice.com. Simple as that, yeah. That's their format. So then, yeah, I do that. So then I find the producers, all this and that. So I emailed this guy, I was like, bro, I got film on this, I got a film idea on this, just bare sick ideas, yeah. And he called me into a meeting. He's like, yeah, I want to make something happen. So I turned up to the Vice office. My man isn't in. Like this guy who's invited me to this meeting. Are you having a fucking?
Carry on, we're listening.
Carry on listening. You got interested?
Can I get a drink?
Right again.
Yeah, why not?
You want a little?
Bare bubbles. Oh yeah, Lil, why not? Let's change it up a bit. So I used to email Vice every day, blah blah blah. Yeah, so then there was this guy. I used to email him. I was like, I've got sick ideas. Let's have a meeting. He invites me in. So I turn up for this meeting, yeah. And he's not in. The guy's not in the fucking office. So what the fuck, bro? This guy's just wasting my fucking time. Anyway, and then his assistant just took me upstairs and she was like, oh, let's run through your ideas. So I pitched her all my stuff. I told her everything. I was just so gassed to be in the fucking Vice office, yeah. At the age, this is when I was 15, before my GCSEs. This was. Thank you, my bro. So this is when I was 15, yeah. And I gave her all my ideas, and she was like, yeah, I think some of them are good. But yeah, I think maybe they can work as articles. They don't need to be documentaries or films, yeah. Like, fuck this, bruv. Anyway, but I was still gassed. I was on a high. I'm 15 years old. I'm at school these times. This is my summer holidays, and I'm in the fucking Vice office, yeah. Anyway,
Amazing.
so me and my friend, we just went and filmed loads of bullshit. Just like filmed kids on the streets, fucking just like talking their opinion. Edited something together. We went into the office and we pitched it to them. And we was like, yeah, this is it. Like, I don't know, just like this is what I've been working on. And then this guy who originally wasn't there for the meeting, I emailed him again. I was like, bro, I've still got more ideas. He's like, alright, cool. Sorry, I wasn't at the last one. Come again for another meeting. So I went, met him, sat down. He was like, I love your fucking ideas. I think they can work. And I was like, mad. Yeah. So then
That's amazing.
Yeah. So this guy, he was like, cool.
What's his name?
Reese, but he's not part of the company anymore.
Shout out Reese though.
Trust me. He's a fuck. Yeah. No, he's one was mad. I can't lie.
I hear the mad thing after.
Yeah.
Alright, let's not go into that part.
Alright, maybe we should shout out Reese.
Maybe we don't.
Shout out Reese for bringing Alhan. But everything else you've done in your life, I want no responsibility for. Thank you.
So this guy was like, yeah, fucking sick. Because I wanted to do a screen test. And there was this girl there at the time, Jo as well. She's fucking weird. She was like, yeah, let's do a screen test. So a screen test is basically like you just go on camera and just chat shit. They send you out with a cameraman. it's like an audition tape, yeah? So a screen test is an audition tape for someone who wants to get into presenting or something. We've all done one or whatever. So...
I've done so many. No, you have done some.
Yeah, you'd have done a
We
screen
done
test
one
for
for flipping
comedy.
Copper 90.
Yeah.
I mean, didn't go on a road and stuff. It wasn't just
Yeah. No, yeah, screen test can be... It predominantly is in the studio, but because it's Vice. So they took me on the screen test, yeah? And filmed it, edited it. They sent me a link and it was good. And I was like, so what do you lot think of my screen test? They're like, it's the best one we've ever done. We're using it as an example for future screen tests. I was like, mad. So anyway, and then this Reese guy was like, all right, let's start developing one of your ideas, yeah? And this is all before my GCSEs, bro. Like I've been offered, and then he's like, all right, cool, I want to commission this film, yeah? So I had one film idea about fraud, and he was like, cool, I'm going to commission it. Bro, I had a film commissioned by Vice before I had gone into my GCSEs. Okay? So right now, bro, I was on a high. I was on a high, bro. I was on the biggest high. I was like, fuck school. I don't need school. I was like, fuck everything. I don't need anything. I went to my mum. I was like, Mum, what do you want? Like, we've made it. But in the grand scheme of things, this was nothing. Like, it was a big deal for a 15-year-old to have at the time, but you lot know what it's like to have a film commissioned. It doesn't mean anything. It means it might go into production and they're going to start developing it, but it could take years to come out. It might never come out. Like, it's just, it's cool, innit? To some now, if a film of mine gets commissioned, I'm gassed and I want to make it happen, but I'll only be celebrating when it's actually out and published online. But that back then I don't know this shit. I was just gassed that Vice, like they're agreeing to cut me some check, innit? So yeah. So then they start working on this film, and then they offer me a job. Yeah. So I done my GCSEs now, and school's out. So I'm just living life. I've applied to universities and shit. No, colleges. Anyway, and then Vice was like, yeah, we want to give you a job. So sick. I turn up. I start my first day at Vice. Everything's perfect. And they offered me a 2-week internship with the view to extend it to something else, yeah? It's like a week into my fucking thing. My manager calls me in, this woman that came from the BBC. She's like, yeah, we love you so much. Like, we want to keep you. Okay. I was like, nah. This is only getting fucking better and better and better and better. Yeah. So she called me into this meeting. She was like, yeah, we want to keep you on. But you're only 16 and we've never hired someone this young before. I think the only young person that has also worked at Vice was Billy J.D. Porter years ago. And she also joined the company when she was 16 as well. So a very similar story. But that's back in the day when it was like, Vice was proper ratchet. Now, at this point, they've got links with fucking investors, and they're almost as big as a fucking mainstream media company in the way that they operate with their laws and shit and all their lawyers and whatnot. So they said to me, yeah, you got your job, cool. So in a week she was like, yeah, we're gonna extend it. She was like, we can't employ you whatever, but we want to do you an apprenticeship. So Vice will do you your apprenticeship and you can work 5 days in the office and then 1 day a week you have to go to college. I was like, calm. I get to work at Vice. There was a year-long, like, guaranteed.
Is that something that was available to the public?
Nah. They
made it especially for you.
Yeah, they made it just for me. That was the only way to get someone so young into the company.
So they recognise. So that company recognised your skills.
Yeah, and it was just because
from your persistence.
Yeah, from the persistence, 100%. But the thing is, Vice was always saying that they're a youth media company, but the average age of the fucking employees there were like 35. So they've just been. Some 16-year-old has just fucking walked in through the building with all these ideas and whatever and wants to make shit. It's like, let's just take a risk, innit? Let's see what's going to happen. It's like this, otherwise, you know,
we'll never know.
Just going to grow old. Yeah, exactly. So anyway, so they offered me this apprenticeship. I was like, sick. Sent it to my mum. I was like, made me take on this form. And then they called me into a meeting the next day. They're like, yeah, we probably should have checked, but I don't know if like this will be available. Like, I don't know if we can do this. I was like, what? So it's just like, just riding this emotional roller coaster. So I was like here and then up here, but now I've just come down to bottom. They're like, yeah, I don't think we're able, because of the kind of content that we work on, I don't think we're able to offer you a position in this company. They're like, you have to be 18. Everything we do is about sex, drugs. You get me? So
it's so wild that like those kind of rules, like we do sex and stuff, but if you just go online, you can find out. Like,
yeah, 100.
You know about it.
Yeah, which was kind of like
the legalities, isn't it?
Which was understandable.
Yeah.
But not after they just fucking promised me the opportunity of a lifetime. Do you get it?
But you get back.
They should.
Anyway, though.
Well, that's I didn't know that at the time. They should have offered me. They should have done their research before they offered me something with their chest, innit? So anyway, so after 2 weeks, they're like, yeah, like we can't keep you here. I was like, bruh, fuck's sake. And this is literally when I should have been looking for colleges and enrolling to colleges and whatnot. Like, I've finished secondary school now. I was like, bruv, this one opportunity, like, it's just gone. And that was a big downer.
Yeah.
But they're like, when you're 18, just come back to us and we'll offer you a job. I was like, bruv, that's bullshit, bruv. Like, you're not going to offer me a job. Anyway, and the woman who done this, like, I just didn't like her one bit. And her doing that made it even worse for me. But then, yeah, and then fast forward a couple years, I went to college for a bit and then I dropped out after 4 months. I went to, City of Westminster.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, Edgware Road.
Yeah.
There was bare guys from West there. There was beef there every day. I went there to study film and fucking thing. There were the Mozart guys. A lot of them went there as well because it's so local. Big up them, man. But there was just like beef every day outside college. I was like, sick. but then the college course that I enrolled at was for film, and I was just like, bruv, no one here, like, they're just making us film shit on 720p handycams and making us edit shit on like iMovie. I was like, this is so whack. I was like, it's just a waste of my fucking time. And I quit college. I went home, I had a long conversation. Yeah, this was December. I was like, mum and my dad and we sat down. I was like, I don't want to go to college anymore. Bruv, they just started. My mum is like the reason I'm so sick. I just love her so much. But my dad was like, nah, you can't not go to college. He's like, what am I going to tell all my friends? I was like, I don't give a shit about your friends. I'm doing this for me, like. And this is the thing about coming from an ethnic minority background, yeah. Especially like Turks and
I went to uni and it was like a battle.
Yeah, but it's like parents come to your house and talk about how well their kid is doing in this, and then and my dad.
I think because they want the best for us as well. But they think that.
They think they want the best for you, but really what they want is for the best for themselves. That when they go to these, family events and everything, everyone can say, "My son's doing this. My son's a doctor. My son's sucking this."
What's your son doing?
Yeah, he's a bus driver.
I was waiting for it.
But yeah, my dad. The first thing my dad said was like, "What am I going to tell my friends?" I was like, "Bruv, this is my fucking point." Anyway, and it took so much like work to get them to agree that I'm not going to go to college. They didn't agree, but I just stopped going and whatnot. And they were just like pissed off at me.
Yeah.
And my mum was still supportive. She's like, all right, cool. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do? I was like, oh yeah, it's calm. I'm going to get this job at Vice. So they told me I'm going to have a job when I'm 18. I'm 17 now, going to college. I'm like, yeah, man. And then months went past. I was like pitching this to that person, trying to make this, but like nothing. And my mum was like, you're not doing nothing with your life and you've quit college. Like, what the fuck are you going to do? Anyway. And then months went past. Like, I was just at home every day doing fuck all, yeah. And then one day my mum just sat me down. She was like, you're the most fucking deluded person. She just gave me tough love. And I still to this day, I'm like, I love her so much just for that. She sat me down. She was like, you're just being so deluded. Like, you've been given this false hope. Like, cool, the Vice thing was cool. You got given that opportunity, but it fell through. It's like, that's not what you're going to just wait for Vice now. And she was like, you haven't got this job at Vice. Stop telling people that you're going to work at Vice. Stop telling your family. Stop telling us. Like, stop fooling you're deluded. You're only lying to yourself. Bruv, 18th birthday, got my job at Vice.
What did you say to your mum?
You get me? And
What did you say to your
then,
mum?
what?
What did you say to your mum?
No, but this was still months after we had that conversation.
Yeah, but
So she was right. Because they may not have given me that job.
you have to go over there.
Yeah. I went back and I applied and I spoke to the right people. I didn't apply. I've never written a CV in my life. But I emailed everyone. I was like, fucking...
Curriculum vitae.
Fucking... So dumb, bruv.
Big up.
But she was surprised. She was like, what the fuck? Like, you managed to do it. And yeah, from there, boy.
From there, just been mad. Wait, how were your grades in school? Were they good?
Yeah, not bad.
Like normal.
I could have done so... My boys got like 11 A stars.
Sounds like script.
Shit. I got A star in English, A star in ICT, E and an F in my sciences.
Come on.
Everything else B's and C's.
Cool.
All languages in there. I got 1 mark off an A in maths because I got a maths tutor. He's a fucking G. I could have got it remarked, but I don't give a shit. I've never looked at my grades since.
But your poor parents seem like they've been quite supportive of you.
My mum, yeah. My dad's older, and he came to this country with like nothing and built his way up. All he understands is basically he didn't have the opportunities that I have when he was my age. So university, college, education, all these things are like, I should be grateful that I have this and like take it straight away. He's to this day he's probably still a little bit heartbroken that I never went to university. Why? I have no fucking idea.
I do. When my mum was younger, all they kept saying to me was, I would have loved to have had the opportunities you have. So basically,
But this is my
all
point,
they keep telling me is what they would have loved to have had. I said to mum, I don't care.
Yeah, 100.
I don't care what you would have loved to have. So what, I'm you now. I ain't got no tits.
I was the same with
But my mum is like, she grew up here. She gets everything.
She's Turkish?
She's Turkish, yeah, but she came here. My dad, so to put it into perspective, my dad moved here when he was 30.
Oh, okay.
30, 35. My mum moved here when she was 2.
Get
it? So
your mum's the OG.
She's an OG.
Yeah,
My mum, like,
you can't blame your dad though.
No, that's why. Like, and I have to understand that this is my dad and like this is what he wants, and I get that. But right now, when I tell him the money I make and the things I do, and he thinks of his his like mates, kids, and it's mad.
Do you know what's so crazy? And do you know what's so crazy as well? Why I think it's so lit for you. You had a mum a particular way and a dad a particular way. Yeah. So you never had two mums, because if you had two of the people that were like your mum, you would have gone out and tried maybe looked at the alternatives of thinking alternatively, but you had the two alternative thinking patterns in your house, and then you can make your own off the back of that.
My mum is me times like a million. She's the funniest, most. She can be very controversial as well. She's sick.
Well. We got similar family background as well. Just my parents divorced, so that was have to deal with that.
My parents are
kind of lit though.
They stay together, but like
it's not a thing.
Yeah, no, it is like they get along, but it's
They're
just
not
like
beating.
bare bickering, bro. Bare bickering. But
not-
whose parents don't, innit? It's not.
Yeah, it hasn't escalated into over bickering. It's
Has
just
it?
bickering. It hasn't escalated. Into
No. That's the
peak
thing.
bickering.
But they kept the peace for kids, innit? That's how it is.
Standard ethnic relationship.
100.
Yeah.
That's what
Pay the
it
bills.
Standard
Yeah.
immigrant
Yeah,
relationship.
not like these fucking white people who are fake. You get me? I love you, Gary.
My name's John.
Oh,
4
yeah.
months later in Cancun doing
Yeah,
this.
trust me. It's long.
Yeah.
You know what? My parents best get along when they're on holiday together. I feel like they get along when I'm not in the picture.
Oh,
That's how I feel, you know.
They should kill you.
Trust me.
Yeah. That's sick, man. That's cool that you. Yeah, and then but obviously sometimes you get a bit of stick online. I've seen people trying to say your privilege and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, but again, you meet a lot of, let's say,
Bruv,
privileged people. And I'm
Bro,
happy.
fam, listen. The
What
thing
do you
about
think of that?
the thing about me is I'm a massive fan of like self-deprecation, and if you can't laugh at yourself,
100%.
then don't laugh at anyone or anything or point any fingers. You get me? I understand my privilege and the way I've been brought up and the things I've had, but a lot of people think that because you went to a school that you pay fees at, you're just like a Tory, a cunt.
Yeah.
You don't understand.
It sounds like your school was quite diverse though. From what
Yeah,
I'm
it was.
hearing.
Bro, this is the thing.
Maybe
College.
the people you hung around with.
No,
College was diverse.
bro. A lot. Yeah, college was very diverse. A lot more diverse than in my school.
Private school.
There was one black boy in our
Okay,
year.
so it wasn't.
But it was diverse in the sense that
die.
but no, but there was. I think there was about like. There was about
2 boys with a tan.
when they came back after July.
After July, innit?
One ethnic cleaner.
One ethnic cleaner.
But yeah, and I get it, but it's like my parents came to this country. They all used to live in it was like a 2-bedroom flat in Clapton. 8 of them. Yeah, my uncle used to work on Roman Road every day. My mum, they all used to live in Bow.
E3.
Get me, Hackney Marshes, all them places. My mum grew up with Slimsy knows my family in and out. He knows all my cousins.
No way.
Slimsy knows my mum. Bare stories. He's known her longer than he's known me. You get me? Wiley, I was saying on Gas Works, he used to steal fucking mopeds with my cousins all around the block.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Fucking hell, snitching, innit? But like, it's mad. The affiliations are crazy.
You're not
There's
from money. It's just that your parents worked really hard.
Yeah,
got to a position.
I am from money, but they're not.
But
But Wiley's got a song, and he says, "I got a Turkish brethren from school. We're cool. His family are gangsters." That's about my cousin. He went to school with Richard. My family, yeah.
Nice.
because my uncle married a white lady, so she's called him Richard. You get me?
It's pretty cool.
There's no rules.
That's cool upbringing.
Yeah, it was cool, but basically, like, the affiliations were there, and that's why I was just always into this world.
Got you.
So I don't know. Basically, you can so the point I was getting onto, my parents came here with nothing and built something up and built businesses and done stuff and made the right choices and didn't go fucking Novikov and spend £10,000 on thing. I don't think my dad's ever spent more than that fucking 20 quid on dinner. They're like the most stingiest fucking family, but it's so beautiful and I've been taught the right lessons and stuff. But the one thing is, yes, like you like it's privilege, whatever, but it's just is what it is, bruv.
Yeah,
they came as immigrants, they came here. It's the fucking dream, innit? Anyone wants to come to this country, work hard and provide for their kids and make money.
Of course.
So when people spin around and call it, it's like, yeah, so what? Is everyone just going to be, what? So did everyone just not make money? And like, what? Who? Bruv, I don't care.
It has more to do with the way in which you behave, which triggers their responses than you just... It's not like you just walked in the room and we can smell. And it's nothing to do with that. It's to do with the fact that you're very vocal. You're quite aggressive in your tone sometimes, and you find a lot of things funny. Like some people within this world will be like, wait a minute, who are you to laugh at that? Which fully makes sense to me.
I think I can relate to you though.
The things I laugh at, I would never laugh at something that is classist. I'd never laugh at something that is everything else I'd laugh at.
Yeah,
you get me?
so
No, but you have to, bro. You just need self-awareness.
I kind of hear you on that though. I don't like the class.
Bro, I think that's genuinely the most tackiest form of it's not even comedy, whatever. It's just cheap gags, innit?
Yeah, comedy's an interesting one though. I think it changes as well as you grow older.
Fuck knows, bro. Yeah,
knows,
yeah.
anyway.
No, it
Yeah,
does
it
change
changes
as you get older.
how
You
you
get me?
view-
Yeah. Like, I don't know.
Maybe the art form within comedy doesn't though.
As a 13-year-old, you could find rape jokes funny, but when you're 23, it's like, what the fuck is... yeah, you get it? So...
And that's funny that you say... And this is what's so funny as well. It's funny you say that because Vice didn't want to work with you at the age of 16 because of the content they do, but done a whole documentary about underage or 18 and unders in Blackpool and the way in which they communicate. It's such a...
it's
put it in an ice cream,
that's what I mean
so
about, like,
flaky.
the media companies, the liberal media, it's an inverted way of working with the world. They paint themselves to be these good guys when behind closed doors.
To be fair to Vice though, they made a documentary on kids like and the whole grime scene, but to have someone full time at such a young age in an office in that environment,
they believed in you.
No, but it's different. Mm-hmm. You get it. So I
mean they're not bad. They're not. It's just
it's not different. It's just their responsibility because when you do a documentary on, and I'm not saying anyone's wrong by the way, but if you do a documentary with those children on Vice, which primarily is for an older demographic, you've now placed these kids without any knowing in a world full of a lot of adults. So they're going to be exposed to a lot of things that they wouldn't usually be exposed to.
You should do a documentary where you catch up on them, you know. It'd be nice to see like Blackpool grime 5 years down the road.
I would, but it's just Vice, man. It's up to Vice.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm not talking.
I'm just filming with Poet Huge. I'm gonna call you back in a sec. I'm just filming with Poet Huge.
General companies. I think when they get big as well, and they start, I don't know, it's weird. But I think it happened to me once when I was working in Diesel, and there's something about trolling, where I think I learned some hard lessons. I was working at Diesel, and then I was tweeting about the riots.
I used to come visit you,
and then I was folding jeans and stuff. I used to get very bored. I used to just dance and stuff and just watch videos.
Is this the Zonto days?
No, before Zonto. But I used to just dance in Diesel upstairs. Now they obviously changed the section upstairs. And there was the riots. And obviously I saw everybody rioting quite locally. I was living in Crookwood then. And then I was on my laptop and I was like, caps lock, like full on caps lock. My name and the fucking the vagina, like my face, everything. And I was like, why is everybody rioting in ends? Why don't you go Oxford Street and go Selfridges? And then my next tweet was like, oh, hint. I'll give you a hint. Louis V and Gucci are right at the exit. Like, I was like, yeah, you should come and like bust down zone 1. Bro, the next day I went to work. They made me do 4-hour shift.
What?
But then I tried to log back in after lunch and then they stopped me. I had to go to security. They printed off all my tweets. They were like, yo, is this you?
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
So you're the first man to get cancelled?
By my, yeah. And then they were like, yeah, we're gonna potentially talk to police of inciting rioting. I was shitting myself. I was on 18, 19, maybe 20, 19. Luckily I was in 20. 20 was really dumb, but I'm not the smartest guy. But anyway, I did it, and then they were like, oh, but we're gonna go through the procedure. We're gonna put you and then I just quit. I was like, yeah, well, like, this is pointless. Like,
They done all of that to scare you.
yeah, but I was shitting myself, bro. Remember, I'm just trolling. Doing
Inciting
it for
riots,
and,
that's a mad
but,
thing.
and
man.
also, but I could have got jail time for that. Because a guy did an event on Facebook and got like 10 years.
See, fam.
Bro, a man did an event.
What do you think the Area 51 guy got? He made a Facebook.
Bro, I don't
Let's
know,
storm
that's
Area
what I'm
51.
saying.
Probably it's getting live.
But you gotta be careful. You don't want to be overly silly. But at the same time, what I was saying, I think if you take out the context of the dumbness of what I was saying, there is an element of truth to it, and it was comical. I said to them, like, I'm trying to be a comedian. I just say dumb shit, and they're like, no, this isn't funny. You find this funny, and I was like, well,
Well, it is.
It is funny.
Well, now that you fucking printed it out and sat in front of me, you're gonna
It's
cry
not
your
that.
eyes back. All right, it's not fucking funny. All
Not
right,
here,
mate,
under
you
this
get me?
environment.
Oh,
but
done.
the internet
Wait,
can
dark.
Way to kill the
cold.
fucking joke, mate.
Yeah, can have
Shit.
consequences.
You should switch it on them. Do you know what? You lot are fine. This meeting's over.
But you learn the hard way sometimes, isn't it? But I get it. I get them. I understand the whole situation. But I think you just grow and grow and grow, and then eventually you might grow out of it a little bit.
I don't really get them because you stating where Gucci and Louis are. You just have to walk in on a normal day and you can see
Yeah.
that it's near the exit.
Yeah. But you know what I was doing. I know what I was doing.
Yeah, of course,
which was,
it's funny.
I was invoking a reaction.
And also, yeah,
A reaction, big man.
No,
you should
not to riot, but what I was saying, they saw
Was
it as
lit.
that.
I know,
Obviously, it's
but
a joke. No
the thing is,
one's
I
gonna
think
do
some
it.
in your
things,
defense,
common sense.
in
man.
your defense, you're actually, in your defense, you're stopping a lot of people from fucking up their own communities and neighborhoods that they
That
live
was the
in.
point of it, yeah.
And you're trying to funnel this riot that is happening on the outskirts of London into central London, where the police are more prepared and have better
So I'm
resources to deal with the situation.
To get them
So
arrested.
really,
I'm snitching,
you're snitching, but also you're helping the police, so they can't jail you for it.
I can't jail you
That's a
for
good
that.
point. I like that.
I like the way you done it.
And after that came gentrification.
And yeah, for real.
Honestly, after the
that's
riots,
when
it was
Tottenham
You think
changed.
we don't know? They took Body Music. Shout out Body Music. One of the best places in North London.
Shifted
I bought
everything.
Risky Roads there. I bought loads of the mics
This is
there.
tight.
I bought nearly every underground like DVD you can get. They sold in Body Music. Body Music has now been replaced by Costa Coffee. It's massive. You know
Yeah, I
when on
remember
Westgate
that, yeah.
Road, the
Yeah.
big, it's been replaced, and that's like such a iconic thing to have in the ends. It's gone now, but shout out gentrification, innit? Make
Sorry,
sure
I'm
it's
just
cool.
I'm sorry I'm on my phone. It's kind of disrespectful, but I really got to send this to Norwegian Klopp.
No, that's cool, man. But I'm out here trying to sort out filthy fellas. We're one person down.
How have you been feeling this past year? That's 2019 for you.
Oh, I said it's the worst year of my life, but we move.
Why?
Family issues. You know how it goes. Bit of family stuff makes it a bit difficult to navigate in real life, and then
Do
just accept it.
you feel like you overshare your?
I was gonna say that potentially. Yeah.
I don't think I overshare. I think I'm just on too many platforms. So if
No,
I
no,
was
no, not
sharing
in that- no,
one
for-
thing on
I
like
mean, you
one
shouldn't say
platform,
overshare, but it doesn't matter what platform you're on. If
No,
you're
but I was
sharing to
overshare-
100,000 people. Whatever you say. Yeah.
but imagine I'm saying what I'm saying,
Yeah.
but I've always said what I've said.
No,
It's never been
no. I'm not talking about. I'm talking about. You see, with family stuff and stuff. Do you think you overshare?
All right, I'm gonna listen.
Yeah.
I've always done what I've done, so I've always been this person. So if
Yeah.
it was on one
I
platform,
don't remember you doing.
on That's the Rap, like, fam, on Poets Corner, I openly made jokes about my dad,
That's
consistently.
different though. That's different.
But now, no,
yeah.
it's just because I've got older and I had more. If put it this way, if it was just one thing I'd done, you wouldn't say I'm oversharing. So I'd be saying everything. But when you take into consideration what I do on Gasworks, I'll do on Halfcast, and I'll do on. So it is it is oversharing,
I
but
would
it's
say,
just
yeah.
me being myself on
No,
every platform.
I get that. And
That's the problem.
I feel that everything I do is me being myself as well, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But there's certain things I'll never talk about, like relationships, or like I can make a joke about it or do some whatever, but I never talk. But you always, not always, but you tend to share quite a lot about what's going on at home, how you're not talking to.
When
your
I
baby
done
mum.
when I done content when I was younger, I didn't share them things, so they weren't serious to me. My life had
Yeah.
so much things when I was 20. But
Okay,
as you
what
get,
I wanted to
what
ask-
I'm saying to you,
yeah.
when you're 31, you having an argument with your girlfriend is not the same as like 21. Because when I was 21, if I had an argument with my girl, I go link the man them, so it's never taken up my thoughts. But when you're sat on Gasworks like this, and you've just been told you can't see your children, and then you got all these people inside this room telling you things that are problems, like, oh, I can't get this email, oh, and then you're sitting there, you're a little bit angry, and you're hearing everyone's interpretation of a problem. Oh, I can't see my kids. Oh, I can't get a DVD. Oh, he's late. Why haven't you responded to this email? I'm just like, fuck, you know, like none of these are problems to me. What happens is I just get upset and I'll just say like, well, I can't see my kids. I'm like, so everyone, if you got a problem in this room, I beg you don't tell me, because what you lot are talking about means absolutely nothing to me.
I don't think anyone comes to you for help or anything like that though.
No, but I just don't want to hear it. I'll hear in the room with Gasworks. I won't say who.
Yeah.
Some
No,
man
but
that's talking some stuff. I'm like,
let's say when we're filming, yeah. Basically, I personally feel that with your relationship and stuff, maybe not oversharing, maybe that's the wrong thing to say, but I think certain things, I'm not telling you what to do, you're older than me and
don't
stuff
be
like
silly.
that, but I believe, basically something surprised me when it comes to your like relationship or stuff with the kids.
something surprised me.
I was just, but I was just wondering if you ever thought like, if you had a thought on it.
Nah, just like I want to be me.
'Cause
I
I
want to
know
make
you,
mistakes. I just want to learn. I want to learn how to be the best version of me.
Because-
but I think my process is I have to make a couple of stupid errors to be like, you shouldn't do that no more. I sometimes just touch the fire and then realize I shouldn't. All right, cool. That hurts. I ain't gonna do that again.
I had a phone call with Russell Brand yesterday.
How's that?
I'm trying to get him on Gasworks.
I imagine.
Because I'm just listening to Poet now, yeah. Just fucking... I'm trying to get him on...
No, you never. I went to a production company who said to me, the deal we're giving you, we just gave it to the Russell Brand. I was like, what?
Fuck off.
Literally on Tuesday. Like the deal there, bro. I was like, what do you mean? Yeah, so when you have production meetings or whatever, you might see Russell Brand. Like, what? What do you mean?
For what?
It's a long... I'll talk to you about it after. I spoke to you briefly about it.
Okay.
But yeah, this is mad. If Russell Brand goes on Gasworks, I'll shit myself.
I'm going to leave the room. Because I just switch off when they talk. Like, Poet
But he
talks,
might be put
and I'm
off
like,
though.
What?
He might be put off.
Do you think you'll clash?
Possibly, we could do.
I think he's on a totally different.
But he's on a different vibe, man. Like he's just...
You're
somewhere
both
else.
same.
you're both the same.
Nah.
You are both the same.
He's...
You both get asked one thing and just go on for hours.
Yeah.
I just wanted to know yes or no if you overshare. You
Well, at least I'm not like the average individual that
told
comes
me
into
you're
our
that-
culture and steals everything,
Oh,
makes
fuck
money
off.
out of it.
Don't give me that now. No, I think these two should be in a room with Russell.
Russell and him.
Yeah.
Who, me as well?
No. Fuck you, no. That's a fuck. If you want to be.
I wouldn't mind because I do watch some of his stuff.
I find them very annoying. I find
Do
them
you
super
still?
annoying.
I
So
mean,
annoying.
So why did you want him on Gasworks?
For you.
But I didn't ask for it.
No, when you start going down that route,
No, don't give me that. Don't give me that. Because if you, before Poet deactivated his Twitter account,
yeah,
if you went onto the old Poets Corner UK,
yeah.
if you tapped in like from Poets Corner UK, Rusty Rockets, which is Russell
Yeah,
Brand's
yeah.
Twitter, there's like a million fucking tweets, bro.
Sorry, Love Island. Yeah. But I was just done with it.
Love
Island,
You know, Love Island's good. It's like human psychology. I love it.
Yeah, that's the thing.
That's why I enjoy
That's-
it. 'cause
that's-
a lot of
shall I tell you
human
something
psychology
though, yeah?
interactions.
Who the guy that killed himself, and there was a girl that killed themselves as well, yeah.
Yeah.
Bruv, you just see,
Sad time.
for example, that the picture of the girl.
Easy for people.
You know that picture of the girl that's going around? She looks fucking clapped.
No, I don't tend to call people fucking slap, but I hear you.
Just give me that once. Let's give me that. I don't tend to call people fucking clap. But I hear you. That's the best. That's one of the best quotes of the year. That's amazing.
What's the girl, man? It's
That
basic-
is cold.
It's basically a new girl walked into the villa
Yeah.
and her face just looks fucking.
That's what I mean. It's hard. Like, I don't know, man. Maybe I'm just
1
on a
minute.
sensitive thing, but I don't know, man. You can like directly calling people ugly and clapped and stuff is a bit
Kind of hurts though.
a bit peak.
No,
You know what I
I'm
mean?
saying she looked clapped in the photo,
Oh, okay, yeah.
but she is clapped as well.
I hear you.
Come on. I can't find it.
But yeah,
Bro,
We
you
should
can,
sign
call
out
you
anyway.
can call anyone what you want, bro.
it is what it is, as I say on Love Island. But look,
But yeah, what I was gonna say is everyone's sharing that picture of this girl saying how ugly she looks, and it's a really bad camera angle, basically. But these are the same people that are gonna write a fucking
yeah, no,
long thing and
That's what I
someone
mean.
hurts themselves and
yeah, no, it's so contrived. A lot of this stuff online, and a lot of it is for attention.
Yeah,
You
100,
know,
man,
people are
100.
Even online, just tweet, just sort of, I mean, same as us potentially.
Do you reckon the whole thing's an experiment?
what Matrix? But I don't know. But if you deep the Matrix, it is Matrixy.
we're getting Russell Brand on this one.
That's so jokes. Why
Look
bring
at what
it
you
first?
just said. Is the whole thing an experiment? Could be.
If you do get him, on,
No, but you
then
look how
bring
complex
him.
it's become. Like, if you take a look at the first season of Big
bring him.
Brother,
Hmm?
If you get him on,
Yeah.
bring me. I need to meet him.
you know Big Brother? Did you
No.
ever watch the first series of Big Brother?
No.
The first ever Big Brother?
What was the one with Jade Goody?
No, that was time after.
I don't watch
you know the first ever Big Brother was actually human.
Swear.
People had fights, people had arguments, like proper, not like, who you talking, like, fam, I'll punch man up. Like, it was so real, the first Big Brother. And then over time, he stripped it back and it became more animated and it became less human.
There's a lot-
and now it's just, like, the guy who won the first Big Brother could never win Big Brother today.
Big
Yeah.
Brother.
Nah, it's changed,
There was a
though,
guy
the
who
whole
jumped
thing.
out of the.
He jumped up, he climbed over the
Yeah.
house. Realest guy
Yeah.
since Tupac. He came, some tall guy, he was Scottish. I think he was Scottish. He literally came out the house and then it showed another clip of him walking on top of the house and you could hear the dogs barking. He said, I'm gone. I'm not going to tell anyone I'm gone. I'm not going to, and he used to be a social recluse in the house. And my dad loved him. I was like, I can't understand why you like him. And one day, he didn't do no after team, like no interviews. There was nothing. He just climbed out and dipped. That's who I love. That's my idol.
But thank you for coming. It was really good.
Thank you for having me, boys.
You're amazing, man.
You're more amazing.
No, man, it was cool. It was cool to like hear how you. Obviously, you're still very young, bro.
You get me? There's a.
I'm glad you're doing your thing. Hopefully, have you back again in some element, part 2 or whatever. Just in general, maybe we can just talk about shows and.
We'll be back.
Just like yeah, you're fine anyway. And just
Bro,
Nice.
I can't lie. That story though.
I
That is
got loads of
amazing.
them stories,
Nice.
boy.
You got loads of them.
Part 2, yeah.
Part 2. Save it for the next one. We'll do that one on my channel
Yeah,
though, so I
yeah.
get some subscribers.
Yes, my brother. That's what I
How
wanna
far
hear.
are you guys from 100k?
Like 2K.
That's really good though. I can't lie. That's genuinely like the. Anyway, we'll stop going on. But the growth of like when you like launch the channel and bruv, it was mad.
How
Nah,
close
I
are we?
think it's very organic as well.
Yeah, no,
It's
100%
growing
it
fast.
is. 100%.
I'm looking forward to Gasworks going independent as well, hopefully. And yeah. No, that's mine. That's just I want it to be independent. That's all.
Yeah.
There's Bear Man DJing and there's Gasworks on 400.
Oh, we want it to be independent as well. Trust me.
Yeah, no. But anyway, look.
Netflix
cut
soon
that out
come.
as well if you want.
Nah, keep it in.
But anyway, shout out to Boiler Room. Shout out to Boiler Room. Shout out to Copper 90. Shout out to everyone.
Shout-
Um, yeah.
Do that bit again.
Shout out to
Everyone.
everyone.
Copper 90 boiler room. Fucking hell.
I was really dip into that stuff. But anyway,
Let's
next
go.
time.
Let's go.
No,
Where's
we
it?
don't need
Where you
to
gonna
do it,
go?
bro. It's 2
Where
hours.
you gonna go, Callum?
It's 2 hours, don't
Nice.
it? It's too long.
I got filthy fellas to do.
Oh,
Yeah. I'll
I've
take you
already missed. I've already missed the
I might-
meeting.
I might drive.
it's Wednesday.
Yeah, we got to do it today. We didn't do it on
You might as
Monday.
well be in Alhan, be on it.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
You wanna be on it, Alhan?
I don't mind.
Come, let's go. Tell what TV.
I'm coming.
Alright, bro. Thank you for watching.
No, listen. Genuinely, thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you, bro.
Big up everyone that tuned. If you made it this far, you are genuinely so dumb because you could have gone outside by now. No, I'm joking. Thank you. Thanks for all the support and thanks for always. I hope you stick with me for the next years. Of
I
my
can't wait
career.
for you to like 10. I can't wait this next 10 years to see where it takes you.
Let's see.
You're
I'm
gonna be
moving, like,
fucking.
45
I can't
So
wait.
you're gonna be gone now, and I swear, my kids, fam. Trust
I'm
me,
telling
bro.
you, man.
You're gonna be gone.
It's been good.
Anyway.
But thank you though.
You've
Thank you
done
very
that
much.
50 I'm not. But it can be off the camera, bro. I've never heard that story before. That is
That's my yeah.
mind blowing.
That's an exclusive, bro. I've never told that ever.
Which one was that?
The Vice story, that's
mind
which
blowing.
one?